Kill all the orcs, right? They're the bad guys, who gives a shit? We just hack and slash and we loot their dead bodies, right? Hack and slash, kill them all, conquer the infidels.
Boy, that campaign sounds like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
Somebody who's opening a refrigerator and leaning in, right, is the language of a woman. Somebody who's opening their refrigerator and being cut off halfway through that lean is the voice of a mermaid or a siren.
They're utter shits. They're utter shits.
This is not the face of the hobby anymore. And I think there's been mistakes made in years past where people assumed that D&D players were all, white dudes in a basement, which has been a faulty assumption for a lot of years and gets more and more false every day. And so it's, in my viewpoint, honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough.
I just had to be born with empathy and a weakness for socialism and femboys. For socialism and femboys.
For socialism and femboys.
You gotta put a little hot sauce on the taco, you know what I mean?
We want this dwarf to be the dwarfiest dwarf.
Right.
We want the elf to be the elfiest elf. and just the dashiest dash of Tabasco.
Their voices need to carry across water.
I'm a creative. It's a huge drain, right? Because fans can be off.
When we got the descriptions, they were very adamant. They were like, try not to make it like a white blonde guy. Like, please. Like, we love him, but there's like 500 million of them.
You say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
Lube for their rectal adventures.
Lutherville, Marina Del X, Otisburg. Otisburg? Who's this monster? She's got her own place. Otisburg? It's a little bitty place. Otisburg? Okay, I just wiped it off. That's all. It's a little town.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
5, 4, 3.
Great. Great, Sam.
We dumping chump. It's a landslide, sir.
On guard.
It's time to mobilize. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
A giant penis.
Did you cry? That so much. I went into the house and my wife was like, "What's wrong?" And I just crawled onto her and sobbed.
Oh my God.
Well, ain't the old opening better?
On with the show.
Yeah. How do?
You look like a Captain Caveman.
Got my D&D shirt from Chris Miller here.
Oh.
Got my
Shout out to Chris. I haven't seen him in the comments yet.
This jean jacket I got, Gavin Morgan got it as a gift for me for my 18th birthday.
Holy cow.
Still fits too. Disco Barbarian, $5. See if I can read this.
Hold on. Wait. Before you even do that.
Yeah.
Rogan lives.
Yeah, hold on. We gotta. Here we go.
All right, now DB will hit you up.
Well, now I gotta.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
I'll make mincemeat out of you, Mouse.
Yes, I will. DB, hey dog brothers, sword sisters. Hope everyone's week is going well. Working on painting some orcs.
Oh, that's good.
While listening.
Oh.
It's bang a gong, get it on. Bang a gong, get it on. James.
I got something.
For $5.
I got something for him.
I'm the Secretary of State. Brought to you by Carl's Jr.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because they pay me every time I do.
Duh. In here, I saw someone send a gift of a membership, but I just can't find it right now. But someone did. There it is.
Oh, there we go.
Toby.
There we go. I need to read James's now.
Well, yeah. That'd be that was all I wanted to say.
By Creamer's Frosty Balls, it is good to see you, all fellow horse lords.
Wow.
Attaboy.
And Longshot was the recipient.
Yeah, see? All good. Mercurius for $5. Greetings, fellow white guys in a basement and awful fans. Here and present, my friend, here and present.
And that's okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Blast from the past. Welcome.
All right.
Welcome.
I got cleaning these up. Then we'll get to the show. Well, I got a couple housekeeping things first. James for $5. There are no elves in Hyperborea, and dwarfs are a bunch of evil, twisted predators. Hyperborea is cool. That's a cool game. And Jeff Talanian is such a good dude. I actually reached out to him when I was running it at the Cleveland convention, Con on the Cob, because I read in there, like in one of the cities that the characters may or may not have been in, they had factories there, and I'm like, Jeff, what's up with these factories? What do they make there? He's like, oh, they burn peat and all that other stuff. So he was very cool. Chris, I got something for you.
We said Hastar 3 times. Look who showed up.
I know. All right, so one moment.
Sharks in the house. Chomp chomp.
I live.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I need control for just a moment here.
All right, and you're all set.
All right, thank you.
We're all caught up on super chats and some introductions.
Right. Guys, I want you to take a second look. I put the link in the description because he reached out to me. He said, "Double D, I'm a huge fan." He's like, I'm having a hard go of it down on the Horn of South Africa. Just gotta find the frickin'. Gotta put it into the last minutes, but it's Chris Miller's. It's through Chris Miller's studio. Okay. Husk. There we go. Mr. Stan Barnes, good dude.
Maybe Patty's listening while he's driving.
I hope so.
Yep. Good to see you, Patty.
Drive carefully.
Yep. Drive careful, brother.
Jeff from Dencar said he had a crazy day at work. He's glad he can relax a couple hours of Double D.
Nice. This does look pretty. I love the artwork in this. It's pretty cool. I love that wasp just
hanging out
on that fucking rock. Looks like got a shark sighting. Holy shit. Woof woof.
November 10th was Marine's birthday, 250 years.
Good to see you, buddy. Check it out. PDF for $7, guys. Like I said, he's a good dude. Reached out.
Skip a Starbucks every once in a while.
Yeah, skip a Starbucks. Okay. All right. James for $10. Can we get him? I have a request for James.
Where you got?
Is there something about like some bed frolicking? Did you see that one? One of the new ones?
Oh boy. That sounds legit.
Starting a Hyperborea game in 2 weeks. Cool. Let me know how it goes, brother. Let me know how it goes. Craig for 10 Canadian. Close enough.
Stop it! Different!
That's you, me, and Dupree. That's a very funny movie.
Very funny. I'm at the stage in the creation of 4-color concepts where I'm in need of art. If any Dog Brothers, Sword Sisters have the talent, or any artists who work cheap, drop me a line. Well, I know Patty is always in here, and Patty did a great job. He did some pieces for me, and I was very, very pleased. And I wouldn't say he's cheap. He's probably going to be reasonable. So absolutely reach out to Patty for sure. And he can even probably, if you're looking for others, get a different flavor, I'm sure he can tell you too. Saint Sumerian $1.99 Hyperborea is still my favorite game. Yeah, it's cool. It's a great interpretation of the original early 80s system. As you can tell, that we got an early 80s vibe here. What do you guys think?
Captain Cave.
Pretty accurate.
You think? All right, let's go to let's go. I got a surprise for you.
You get a new car. You get a new car.
I was just fooling around with some Dwarven Forge.
I was just fooling about.
I was just fooling about.
I wasn't.
I wouldn't. Look at that. Look at the Hyperborea, or the whatchamacallit, going twice. My word. Nope. No. What do you think? Does it bring to mind maybe? What does it bring to mind, people? Tell us. Osiris Zora on 10.
yeah, those are mirrors. Huh.
Yeah, make Wednesday great again. Seth Sikorsky posted an hour-long delve into the Satanic Panic. Aside from 1 to 2 libtarded remarks, he did a pretty good job discussing it.
Well, I got something for Osiris, too.
Oh, yeah.
2 snaps, a twist, and a kiss.
Indeed. Somebody's Conan in the Hall of Mirrors. Yep, everybody's got it. Conan the Destroyer. There it is. We got Conan here. Thank you very much, Osiris. Much appreciated, brother. Of course, we remember that famous scene from Conan the Destroyer.
Oh.
Yeah. This is a, see? I'm going to... look at that. Going after Conan. It also brings to mind, well, there he is. He's flipping Arnold around. That guy was a pro wrestler, by the way. I'm pretty sure he was also the bald guy in Raiders of the Lost Ark fighting Indy at the plane. I think it was the same dude. But I think what they meant to kind of represent was this fantastic image of Conan. This is Frank Frazetta goodness. Look at that.
That's an epic picture.
Oh, it is, yeah. So sweet. 23 months.
That's so impressive.
23 months.
I was actually talking
give
to
him something. Give him something. Give him the
Mrs.
curls.
Mouse today.
Nothing has defeated the WotC RPG empire. Are you kidding? This Death Star is fully operational.
Fully operational. Thank you, Hungar.
This
much
is
appreciated,
Did
brother.
we just finish our 3rd summer?
Yeah. 23, 24. Yeah, because even though I started the channel in 22, it we didn't do a lot of live streaming right away. It was kind of in the fall, and we started to kind of do it.
I remember we did one because me and Rogan
we did.
We were walking at the Jazz Fest talking about it, and that's in August.
Might have been like a real, I don't know, maybe like an introductory one. I don't know. So anyway, there you go. This is all Dwarven Forge stuff and a bunch of tinfoil over just cardstock paper. 10 memberships.
He wants some
motherfucker,
scratchers, didn't he?
Holy shit, coming in hot.
It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
It just does. It matters to me.
Matters to us.
Matters to this MFer. Hell yeah. Thank you, James. You are what is best in men. All right. Another plug. So there you go. There's my spur of the moment. I'm like, I think with this room here, because this came with some kid, I'm like, I think that looks just like the Hall of Mirrors scene from Conan the Destroyer. And I'm like, I bet I could easily do that with a little tin foil, just glued onto something. I don't know. Kind of looks like mirrors, sort of.
It does. Pardon me, it does.
It
does.
Jeff.
Sounds like when Peter Brady was going through his puberty. You've got to change.
Whoops. Jeff for 5. FY Humble Bumble got a deal for the last call for Lankmar that includes physical products for those like DCC. Okay. I think I picked up like when DCC was having some special on Lankmar. It was just a bunch of PDFs and I got it a little while ago. So Pat Roach, that's it. Yes, thank you, Chris.
Shooting a 3 from the corner.
Yep. Pat Roach. Yeah, he was like a 80s stunt guy. Hold on one second. I guess
while you're doing that, Ironcaster this just came through. He's been for 7 months.
7.
Slacker.
7 awesome
Sword
months.
and sorcery is a theme. I'm giving a heads up. There is a new Deathstalker movie. It's out and available now for streaming. Ooh, cool. Like it. Hope you guys liked last week. We did. That's sort of kind of inspired this week's topic, the Satanic Panic, because we watch Mazes and Monsters over on Rumble, where they don't care if you stream shit. So we're going to do that again, at least once a month. Maybe, who knows, maybe once every 3 weeks or something.
Whoa.
Yep. There you go. We got him. Travis, Full Metal Tilt, guys. If you didn't see the stream on Saturday, check it out on replay. Travis is a good dude, and congrats, Travis, on getting funded. And we're going to go far beyond just getting funded. So
I was watching some of that on Saturday. Did the kids interrupt it or dogs?
That was Venger.
Yeah, when Venger was on.
You had to know it was Venger. Yeah, Venger popped up. Venger has Pulp Cities of Chalt. Check that one out too. You know we love Venger here too. Good dude. Patrick Demu.
I have something for him.
Now pay close attention, because the information you're about to hear could mean the difference between life and death.
You mentioned something last week I may have taken the wrong way. You said, don't make new games. Did you really mean that as is, or did you mean don't make new OSR D&D clone? Yeah, no, that's what I meant. Like, I think we're good, like, as far as like the OSR clone games. I mean, I think the market has just shrunk so much because honestly, there's good stuff out there. Is Hyperborea, there's Dragonslayer, Old School Essentials, a lot of folks like that too. I'm just saying I'm not saying don't look, you can do what you want. I'm just saying if you're going in that territory, it's tough sledding. It's tough sledding. I didn't mean that in general. Like if you want to try something different, absolutely. Yeah. So
I have that one for.
Thank you very much, Patrick.
Yeah. This was from Chris.
Yeah. Played the Mirror Creature and the Wizard, the Bald German and Raiders, the Hindu Thug and Temple of Doom, etc. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, he was all over in that time period.
He also likes your artwork around the screen.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's just some AI stuff kind of based on the Conan RPG from Mongoose. Thank you very much though. Thank you very much. I think we're all caught up now.
We are.
Okay.
Yep, Titties and Beer. It was Venger's dog.
Yeah, it was Venger. Yeah, it's got to be Venger. One final housekeeping note. Tomorrow I will be in a live play over on Greg's channel. Greg Gillespie, Mr. G2 himself. His channel is Dragonslayer _RPG. Well, it can be kind of fiddly to find. I don't know if we may have to ask Greg to tweak that name just a hair, just so it's easier to find via search.
What time is that at, Double D?
That should be 8 p.m., I believe, Eastern Standard Time. 8 Eastern tomorrow, and then that'll run for several weeks. If you remember, we did this, gosh, could it be 2 years ago already? I think it might be. But yeah, we're gonna do it again. It's a live play. Greg's just testing out some stuff for Dragonslayer. So
was Wonky part of that?
He was and is.
Yeah,
he was and is. So, and we'll be playing the same characters because ours survived. So it'll be a lot of the same folks.
You like a monk? Who's a monk?
Yeah, I was a monk. He was a cleric.
There you go.
Yep.
I wasn't in it. I just remember it. Yeah.
Well, you have a memory like a steel trap. It's and Travis is in it too.
Okay. All right.
Travis is in it too. Yeah. Will you be bringing our Texan necromancers? That's right. God.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I was just thinking about that again today, Ryan. What a disappointment that guy was.
There you go.
Oof. There you go.
Wizard.
Okay. So there we go. Check that out tomorrow on Greg's channel, Dragonslayer _RPG.
And if I see Greg, I'll put him up on the thing, but I have not seen him in the chat yet.
Yeah, he said he was...
Unless he's just lurking.
He may just be lurking. He said he was tired. Do you guys remember the 80s?
I do. I love their
music.
Yep.
We all played in the 80s, right?
Tried. Couldn't find anybody.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you couldn't find anybody. Well, are you glad that you missed this?
The gateway activities to Satanism constitute what is known as the fringe level of involvement. The Ouija board is a seemingly harmless object, yet it can cause big problems. Dungeons & Dragons is a fantasy role-playing game that teaches demonology and other occultic themes. Palmistry and tarot cards as methods of foretelling the future have gotten many involved in the occult. explicit horror films, and heavy or black metal rock music are both
black metal.
Hell yeah.
entrances.
What movie is that they're showing?
I don't know.
At first I thought it was, is that The Exorcist? I don't think it's The Exorcist.
I don't think so.
Anybody in the chat, help us out. What movie is that?
To Satanism. Occultic books, horoscopes, studying ESP or UFOs have led some to a deeper, more deadly fascination with the power of darkness.
There it is.
Well,
for
at
tomorrow.
that time, I started playing Dungeons and Dragons. When I was 13.
Looks like Rowdy Roddy Piper's kid, doesn't he?
Yeah, like I can see that. The kid, like
Right,
it doesn't
yeah.
look like Rowdy Piper.
Yeah,
but
it could be like his kid.
Yeah.
Remember on
Seems like a
talk
clean-cut
show
boy.
they were talking about, might have been that Bill Maher maybe was talking about how wrestling's all fake, and Rowdy Piper pulled his pants down to show him like his scars on his hip from his hip replacements and all this other stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. I do remember that. At first I thought you were going to talk about the John Stossel thing when what's his name, that insane wrestler boxed his ears. I think John Stossel's still suffering from that to this day. But I also know the one you're talking about too.
It just, I'd never heard of the game before, you know, and I had a cousin who moved in with us, and he played where he used to live, and we went out and got the game and stuff, and I loved it. It was awesome. You know, I mean, it was a game you played in your mind, you know, anything.
He's got
could
the
be done.
feathered hair. He would be the one person that would have a comb in their back pocket.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
the big combs with the handle.
The thing is, so many of us knew this kid, right? I mean, figuratively speaking, like
Pat or Chad or Brad or
members only jacket. Lance.
Yep.
Yeah, there's
like this
Ted.
Yeah. It's like such a man.
Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Piper merch.
And I was a comic book fanatic anyway. I loved comic books. And so my imagination has always been just pretty wild.
Yeah, Dr. David Schultz. Yeah, thank you, Chris Burkhardt. Yeah, that was the guy who popped Stossel in the ears.
And I started playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I had a character that I...
Let's pull over and park here for just a minute on Dungeons and Dragons. Is that not one of the most dangerous things that a kid can be playing with today?
Okay, people hear the term game, and they get real confused, especially if they've never seen the game.
I mean, obviously this is sold in
hobby stores.
Comic stores, it's sold in bookstores, reputable bookstores, you name them.
Walden Books. Our friend Gavin Morgan worked at Walden Books back in the day, back in the 90s.
I love that store.
I have so many good memories of picking up D&D stuff there.
Yeah.
He's the one that told me, like, he would always get like the heads up. He's like, do you know D&D's coming out with something about the planes? And at first I was such a retard back then. I'm like the planes, like the flatlands. He's like, no, you dummy. The planes of existence, you know, like the multiverse, you know, the astral plane, the ethereal plane. I'm like, no. So thanks to him, I got like first dibs on Planescape.
It's in there.
Well, Gary Gygax and Brian Bloom, who created the game, they have grossed, you know, $100 million off the game. I mean, it's big. But you see, it's not...
Look at him throwing them numbers around. This kid was doing his homework.
Yeah.
He's calm, you know?
Yeah.
He's been taught well.
Mm-hmm.
A game. It's not a board game, you know, it's a role-playing game. Now, role-playing is so psychologically effective that it is used by psychologists.
You take on the identity of a character.
Right. See, psychologists use role-playing as therapy because it's so powerful.
Dungeons and Dragons has been called the most effective introduction to the occult in the history of man. It is a fantasy role-playing game that teaches demonology, witchcraft, voodoo.
Voodoo. Okay.
Murder, rape, blasphemy.
It teaches rape. Teaches rape and blasphemy.
Suicide, assassination, insanity, sex, perversion, homosexuality, prostitution, Satan worship, gambling, barbarism, cannibalism, sadism, desecration, demon summoning, necromantics, divination, and many other occultic themes.
That is quite a litany.
That's a man. I didn't have that on my bingo card.
Yeah, for the most part.
That's a tall order.
Satanic
right there.
Panic was BS. However, my first DM was literally a Satanist. There was also a satanic cult in my state that really existed and murdered some. Oh, my Lord.
I got one for Chris. Is right?
Yeah.
Here's a list of the players we'll be inviting to camp.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off then.
Go ahead and get that one that was up before. I didn't get a chance to read that one.
Before Chris's?
Yeah.
Right there?
Yep.
There we go.
Mike Necrofent. Got the old heart pump in there. He's like, oh, they skipped mine. I would never skip
And my
you.
apologies.
I would
And
never
that's
skip
me.
you.
That was me.
Slayer, Venom, D&D, and horror films. You don't need to convince me.
Yeah, where do I sign up?
Yeah, where do I? Just the. I love the. I love how he threw in the homosexuality. Like, how is that? How is homosexuality taught in D&D? That one's.
And now, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Now I was going to say now, perhaps.
Can we teach homosexuality? Where can we teach it? Third period in school.
Like Bill Murray said in Stripes, we're not, but we are willing to learn.
All in living color.
Ooh,
I like in living color.
You can do what you want to do in living color.
Is this dangerous?
Look at that picture. Is it dangerous?
Is it dangerous?
The game of Dungeons & Dragons has been around since the early 70s, is played by an estimated 5 million people. It is also the target of a group of concerned parents in the United States who call themselves BADD, B-A-D-D, bothered about Dungeons & Dragons. The reason they are bothered...
Ryan, 9 months.
To be fair, my mom knew a girl in high school who hurt herself after her character died as a sacrifice. Holy shit. My mother also said she was a fry short of a Happy Meal. That's usually the case. In fact, we'll try to watch the legendary 60 Minutes segment that had Gary Gygax and Pat Pulling. I got that queued up. This is just like a little 3-minute one. I'm surprised, Ryan, because you're a little younger, and obviously that couldn't have taken place in the 80s. So it's interesting that it
cult
kind of
I was in. We used to talk about the person in Wisconsin or whatever that went into the sewers and to fight rats. That was like,
oh yeah, James Dallas Egbert. Antonio for 5. Doesn't it also teach bravery, self-sacrifice, honor, friendship, fighting evil, and many more admirable traits?
No.
No. It just teaches gay sex. All right, that's all, Antonio.
And barbarism.
And barbarism.
Yeah.
Oh, cannibalism and voodoo as well. Thank you very much. And by the way, Lucius, who won the magazine, that is off to you. Sorry, brother. I send it media mail to cut down on costs. So maybe probably early next week is what you're looking at to get it. But it'll be worth the wait, I promise. Thank you very much.
We got something for Jeff.
Ooh, Jeffrey.
But I'm going to go with my instinct on this one. Saddle up, partner.
I love that movie.
If you never got those dark magical powers or met Satan, the Bible thumpers said you would be playing D&D. You may be entitled to compensation.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
If you never got those magical powers or met Satan, the Bible thumpers said you would. Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you very much, Jeff, from holding it down on Rumble. Oh, my dad played one in high school. Okay, they were 60s kids. Okay, yeah, so it wasn't one of your... Okay, it was one of theirs. Okay, I got it, Ryan. Thank you very much. Give him something for having to super chat just to correct me.
Wow.
Then we got something.
Find the apropos one for $2.
$2.
Cash. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Nikolai, if that is your name.
Is because they believe the game has been involved in a number of murders and suicides across the United States and now in Canada. At the trial of a 14-year-old boy who admitted to strangling a young Orangeville, Ontario girl and her brother, it was revealed the accused had been playing the game for 18 months, had in fact been a dungeon master of his own group for 5 months.
Dungeon
Master and Dwarven Sword Master, Hobgoblins, Dwarves, Elves, and Halflings are some of the characters in...
Uppers, downers, all around.
Yeah, exactly. Left fielders, right fielders, center fielders. Power forwards.
Yep.
terms used in this very complicated and controversial game.
That
We'll
in
talk
just a
about the
second.
controversy in a moment, but first, this report by Carol Jerome, who went to one of the games of the Toronto Dungeons and Dragons Club.
Could be a young Greg Gillespie in this segment.
This footage.
Yeah. Badger for 5, bringing up Jim and Tammy Faye Baker was my surefire way to shut down the religious folk that wanted to tell me about the evils of D&D. Yeah, I'll talk about my little personal experience with the Satanic Panic. It wasn't anything. I kind of wish Zolt was also here this week because he actually had a story, not himself, but someone he knew ran afoul of the Satanic Panic back in the day.
This is the 11-month anniversary for
Patrick. 11, congratulations and thank you from the bottom of my heart. I graduated from Michigan Lutheran Seminary, got called into the dean's office where I became the school's first D&D apologist. I was successful. Oh, cool. Holding it down back then. Hey, Doc. Good to see you, brother.
Yep.
These kids are all hopped up on goofballs. Yes, they are. And Rogan does indeed.
There's some housekeeping right there.
Uh-oh. Yes, he does.
It's a fantasy role-playing game, and it's a refined version of the pretend games we all play as kids. The books tell how to play.
Look at that shelf there.
Mm-hmm.
What would all you guys do to go back in time?
Oh, man. What's that, a Gath Rocky or something?
Gith Yankee or Gith Zeri? Gith Yankee, I think, maybe. Is it Yankee or Zeri, guys? I can never. My life depended on it. I wouldn't be able to say. That's by the way, I have that orange spine. That was my player's handbook growing up, was the orange spine. Right there.
Yankee.
Get the Yankee. There you go. Magna Quam for $4.99. Anyone remember getting Jack Chick's Dark Dungeons booklet for Halloween? Boy, did that get to the heart of D&D's power. Of course, I've seen that many times over the years. They used to leave chick tracks. In fact, I just found one recently in a bathroom. Like we were traveling, I found a chick track, and I'm like, this is so cool. Never encountered the Dark Dungeons out in the wild, but I encountered many. I think I got the Death Cookie one, which is about Catholics. Crawford of the Crimson Craw.
We haven't done this one in a while.
Like, you've got ogres.
Might as well be his, right? D&D taught me to fight evil wherever I find it. Yeah, without it, I might trust leftists and feminists today. Good Lord, yeah. Amen, brother. Dodge those bullets. Thank you, Gary. And thank you, Crawford.
Describing all the kinds of characters the player can be and the monsters that will be met on each imaginary adventure. Some players, like these boys, like to make...
Look at those books on the top shelf there, too. Those got to be probably like fantasy books, I'm thinking.
Make up their own fantasy voyages. There's no board or pieces. It's all in the imagination.
And you find 6 skeletons on the ground. What do you do?
Daniel Green is the dungeon master who guides the play.
Can I do something?
Yeah, hold it.
I've ring of 2 wishes, and I'm going to wish that the door opens.
Ooh, that's a wasteful one, but so be it. They're yours to do as you please.
It's a young crazy mouse there. He's already got a ring of 2 wishes.
I wish for a K-Rin.
Hey, Kaner, can I get a Kyrin with the other one?
In this game, for example, Oli plays the role of a cavalier named Fallinger Bandrask.
Fallinger Bandrask? That's a cool name.
It is interesting.
Fallinger.
Mike is a fighter, and Erwin is a paladin.
What are their names? Come on. I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
If you're naming names, name them all.
Yeah.
You're going the other way.
Okay, let's try the other corridor.
Well, okay.
The dungeon master takes them through a strange castle this time, and they must respond to each situation he describes according to their characters, all of whom have prescribed qualities of strength and wisdom, certain powers and magic. When they encounter dragons and other evils, the battle is decided by an intricate scoring system and by these special dice.
You see what looks to be a beautiful way to escape. You can just go straight down this corridor and go outside.
I'm gonna walk out.
You're gonna walk out. A black exit out of your game. You have just died, went into another multi-universe, no longer existing. Your character is permanently, forever destroyed.
You don't owe me, just expect the same in return.
My other wish.
yeah.
I wish I didn't happen.
Yeah, I wish that didn't happen.
He was the one that wished the door to open, too. That was horrible.
Rob McKenna just tuning in, Double D, for $9.99. How did you manage to fit that luxurious mane under the hat the whole time? Well, you know, I got my ways. It's
I love knowledge. Hey, Double D!
There's for Rob.
Thank you, Rob. Yeah, it's my hat is kind of like a bag of holding. It's a hat of holding. It holds all this wonderful hair.
Save my life sometimes.
You just got wiped out.
Okay.
It is not only the violence in the
Now I know why this kid went crazy.
Yeah.
I wished for this door to open. I opened it and I died.
Yeah. Used a wish on it,
fantasies, but the quasi-religious character of the game, with mystic figures who use holy water and magic spells, all woven in arcane language like a secret society, that gives this game a special quality that captivates players and worries some others. But the boys say it's just a game for them, an exciting voyage of imagination.
Not quite. What's your strength?
The manufacturer makes some interesting notes on this.
No wonder they're
It
all
warns the
staring.
players-
There's a girl in the room.
Oh yeah, they're all clutching there.
They're all bricked up.
Spin for $5. No BS, an evangelical dude bought our hobby store and shredded all the TSR merch and put it on the wall. We egged his store that weekend. Holy shit. Good to see you, Spin. Wow. People just went nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, great news. The news records the only D&D game, and it's a shit DM. Yep. You died.
Not to get themselves
That in a
confused
second.
with their character rules. And it says that the point of this game is not winning and it's not killing. It's having the adventure. Each player wins by having fun, says the manual. So if you can have a good time, you win.
All right. I think even that little kid won.
Yep. I wish for that door to be open.
Even though he left,
It does, and he
left
died.
a wish on the table. That kid learned a valuable lesson that day. John Tate for $4.99. We didn't have the Satanic Panic back in the UK back then. We thought D&D was a twee little diversion about gnomes. Yeah, I had heard that. Yeah, that it was mostly everywhere else, but just a peculiar time in our country. That's you'll have that. You'll have that. Tazmokan for 10.
Pay that man his money.
He beat me.
He beat me. My mom was a strict Catholic when this nonsense hit New York City. When my mom's religious nut friend told her about the game, I had already been playing for 4 years, mind you. My mom told them to F off. Good for Mom. You love her, and we love her too. God bless. Crawford for 2. I've been around, fellas, just busy with life. Understandable, brother. Understandable. Good to see you. Good to see you. Chris, the mother of a buddy of mine, burned all his books in a garbage can in the backyard after watching the Geraldo show.
Yeah.
Demon. Oh,
you can
my
have
Lord.
fun even if your character
Geraldo.
gets killed.
I gotta
and
put
if that
this one up
happens,
Sarah, what's her name? Sarah Douglas. Yeah. Let's just hold hands.
Good catch.
don't worry. You can always make up another one. For Midday, I'm Carol Jerome in Toronto.
Yeah.
So no Greg Gillespie at that table?
Nah, unless Greg, were you the wish kid? Were you the make-a-wish kid? Greg was the make-a-wish kid at the table.
Chris says to this day, my mom refuses to buy me D&D products for Christmas.
It makes a huge impact. Like my hold on one second. We'll take it back before diving back in. Like I know our friend Zoltz. Like his parents didn't care, but he had a friend like They were like Jesus and somebody. They were obviously a Hispanic family, and those are the kids that introduced Zolt to D&D. And he was saying like, oh, it's cool, obviously it, stayed with him to this day, but he had not seen him for like about a year. And then he slept over to their house, and Zolt's like, all right, let's bust out the D&D books, fellas. And they're like, oh, no more D&D. That has magic in it. We can't have that. So apparently their mother had gotten to him, and unfortunately, but the good news for Zolt was she didn't burn him. And then they just, I think, gave him to Zolt, if I'm not mistaken. So he got like a bounty of like D&D books at like no charge or very cheap. But yeah, their mom thought it was all magic. $5 for Doc. No satanic panic for me as a kid. Grew up in a very poor town where we could only afford a devilish dismay. Well, I'm sure it built character. Pulled yourself up by the bootstraps, fella. Thank you, Doc. Much appreciated. Yeah, so like in mine, like my sister, I love my sister, but she's always been like a little prone to believing this kind of stuff. So she kind of tried to make a little bit of trouble, but my mom, I was the baby of the family. I was the last of 4 kids, and there was like a 7-year gap. So at times she almost treated me almost like an only child. Because there were times, when, my brothers and that, they were out of the house. So she's just like, is this okay? Are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, Mom, it's fine. And she's like, okay. Like, if you want to know, like my sister, as much as I love her, like she would always fall for these priests. Do you guys remember Harold Camping? He was a guy who in like 2011 or 12 or something, or 14, I can't remember when, said the world was going to end. Like he gave a specific date. I remember the only time I remember the world coming to an end thing was when some pope died. It was like the X amount of numbered of pope. And like, I don't know. We were 7, 8, 9, something like that. Oh, that would have been probably right before John Paul. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even remember that. Well, it'd have been understandable if you're younger, but like I said, my sister was well into her like 40s or 50s, and I'm just like, I would never say anything, but I'd be like, I don't know if I believe this, sis. Oh yeah, the world's coming to an end, and I'm like, I wouldn't be telling people that. And sure enough, it was guy was a fucking, typical like end of days preacher. So she had a tendency to like kind of fall for all that. She even like a lot of the QAnon stuff that turned out not to be true, she would kind of go all in on. I'd be like, let's just wait and see. So she was the only one in my life that kind of sort of tried to question it. But fortunately, my mom loved me, and, I was good. Edgelord for 2. 80s Edgelord had D&D and Slayer. Fuck yeah! Amen, brother. You guys run afoul at all of the Satanic Panic? Either of you guys?
Yeah. I remember it.
Yeah, you just...
Like I said, the cult got into my mom's ear about it.
Mm-hmm.
We had to give it up for a little while,
Did you like sneak and then go over to Kaner's house?
Yeah, there was a lot of playing over there. His house was naturally set up because his dad worked for Coca-Cola, and their stepdad, and so they had a pop machine in their basement. So that was like the place to go.
Oh, yeah, for a kid in the 80s, man, that would have been exotic, man. Yeah, for sure.
But like the big kids would play because Kaner's brother Mackie was a DM, and then Kaner was, our DM.
Mm-hmm. Kaner was this kid that lived in Crazy Mouse's neighborhood, but actually went to my school. Crazy Mouse and I didn't go to the same high school. We didn't even know each other back in high school. But yeah, so I know exactly when he says Kaner, I'm like, I know who that is. He's kind of a dick, actually. But
Nick, you got that right, my man.
No D&D or sweets. Terrible cult. Yep. All right, shall we go into the? This is the old 60 minutes.
D&D and its become popular with children anyway.
So you're going good with your D&D campaign, and then all of a sudden, like, you're watching like football or something, and guess what's on 60 Minutes tonight? It's about D&D, and your parents are like, "Isn't that the game you played? Oh, I'd like to see that." And you're probably like, "Oh shit, I am fucked."
From grammar school on up. Not so with a lot of adults who think it's been connected to a number of suicides and murders. The idea of the game, which is played by highly imaginative and intelligent kids, is to
See, they're already given flowers. Elon Musk.
assume the role of one of the characters. One game can go on for weeks or even months. The problem seems to be that some kids take it more seriously
Or 30
than
years.
others take it a step further, playing a character who brings them the power in a game they couldn't possibly get in real life.
About 2 months ago, a green eyeball was seen up in the sky. This eyeball was so big it blotted out the sun, okay?
These young people are playing Dungeons and Dragons. It's an enormously complicated game in which each player chooses an imaginary character he'll assume. There are dwarfs, knights and thieves, gods and devils, magic and spells. It's a journey into a land of fantasy through complicated mazes where you use your wits to kill your enemies before they kill you.
Do you guys usually use your wits, or do you just charge straight ahead and say, we're just going to kill him?
I don't think we've used our wits yet. 30 years.
I think we killed the wits when we ran into it.
We have a player that me and Rogan always say, he's burn them all, kill them all. Like,
yeah, Captain Stern.
I said, man, you say that a lot more than you think you do.
He doesn't realize it.
He does not realize it.
You got to use your wits.
All in a quest for wealth and power.
Love that sweater.
The Dungeon Master orchestrates
Got some Jeffrey Dahmer glasses there. Cool.
and referees the game, creating scenarios both complicated and terrifying. There is no board, only the dice.
I've never seen dice like these. All different sides.
Six-sided.
What's the point in that?
They're for different things. The four-sided is used mainly for damage from a dagger and dart, and magic users' hit points. Hit points is the damage that you can take before you die.
There are those who are fearful that the game in the hand.
Here's the die 12. This is the one Crazy Mouse uses for his thief. It rolls twice and adds them together.
How many hit points do you have? My God, 86. How many do you have? I'm a fighter, and I got 40.
Holy shit.
After some brutal fight, how's everyone doing? I'm good.
I'm good, yeah. Shit, barely. I like brushing your shoulder, like, yeah, barely touch me.
All those levels of soldier.
Yep.
Silverlock, $9.99, close enough.
Yeah, we got something for him.
All right, nothing to see here. Please disperse.
From the 80s. We played Traveler in the early to mid 80s. Cool. Did not have issues with RPGs, but the local football coach preached the evils of rock and roll and had several record burnings. Oh boy. Yeah, my sorrows to you, my condolences, and thank you so much for the super chat, Silverlock. Edgelord for 2. Good to see 60 Minutes was as lazy and yellow back then as they are now. Yep. Some things never change, do they, brother?
Hands of vulnerable kids could do harm, and there is evidence that seems to support that view. Timothy Grice, 21, a shotgun suicide. The detective report noted D&D became a reality.
How do you prove that? It became reality, so there you go.
Bink Pulling, 16, an avid D&D player, a suicide.
That's Pat Pulling's kid. That's the bothered about D&D, BADD. That's her son.
Daniel and Stephen Irwin, 16 and 12, a murder and a suicide. The police said they were obsessed with the game. James Allen Kirby, 14 years old, charged with killing his junior high school principal and wounding 3 other people. Police are blaming D&D. Jeffrey Jaklovich, 14. Stephen Loyacano, 16. Michael Dempsey, 17.
And see, they do the same thing. They try to personalize it by putting, there's like 4 million people who play, you know, and they're bringing up like the
5 that
yeah,
went off
the 5
rails.
that had, yeah, obviously a lot of mental issues as you'll hear from Gary in a moment. John,
9 months.
9 months, buddy. Yep. When I was in college, my friends and I were interviewed every year for the college newspaper story on D&D, 84 to 87. That's prime time right in there. Thank you again. Thank you, all you members.
And the list goes on. The company that makes the Dungeons and Dragons material is TSR Incorporated of Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. They estimate there are 3 to 4 million kids who play the game. Last year, they grossed nearly $30 million.
How many of those you got? Count them out, peeps.
Dungeons and Dragons books and paraphernalia accounting for most of those sales. Gary Gygax owns the company and invented the game.
There he is. Saint Gary. And I mean that genuinely, not like that fag Ben Riggs who does, uses it to chide him.
Dieter Sturm is the head of public
Cursed
relations.
-1
There are a
shotgun
number of
backbiter.
cases that have been documented where there is some connection between D&D. I'm not saying that D&D is the cause of the death, but paraphernalia from the game has been found at the scene of the death. Notes, suicide notes referring to the game have been found.
Black Leaf.
And all of these people, in a dozen or so cases, have been documented as avid D&D players. And you see no connection whatsoever?
We see no connection for the fact that right now there's some 3 to 4 million players of the game actively throughout the United States. Right at this particular time, 1985, teenage suicide is epidemic across the country with some 5,000 kids a year now taking their lives.
It's a lot worse nowadays. $4.99 from Mike. I started playing when 3rd edition first came out. I was feeling the residual effects and stigma from the Satanic Panic even then. Yeah, I could see that. There was probably a little bit of afterglow.
Was Tipper Gore part of this in any way?
She was more.
She was in the music.
In the music.
But I don't know if she was part of anything else.
I think it kind of splashed on. I think what it did is it just brought all this to the surface again. Like evils of video games, evils of music. And you're as a fan of D&D, you're just kind of hoping like, please don't notice us. Please don't notice us. And I mean, they didn't in like a big way, but I do remember there were like little mini revivals of like the Panic.
I think that to say that because that child played Dungeons & Dragons, who's to say that that child does not watch television, does not participate in high school sports or what per se?
I have yet to see one bit of valid clinical evidence to show that this has been anything more than coincidental with a disturbed child.
Amen. It's like, do you take away driving privileges? How many teens die in traffic accidents? Well, if one is too many, then what? You don't let them drive? I mean, God, the thing is this sort of mindset has carried over to this day. If we saw it during COVID. If one dies, it's too many. We need to stop everything. We need to stop the economy. We need to
stop getting your hair cut.
Yeah, stop getting your hair cut. Stop. I mean,
but go to Walmart.
Yeah, but I mean, like the residual and the residual effects of that are just catastrophic. I mean, in a generation of kids is like really fucked right now. And it's like, yes, it is. I'm sorry, but the next time around, unless it's one of those illnesses where you're bleeding out of your eyeballs and you're dead in 2 minutes, if it's another flu, it's like, fuck you. I'm not going to be part of it. I will go everywhere without a fucking mask. And to all those people who say, do you want to kill kids? Do you want to do that? I'll look at them and say, sure, because the alternative is a lot worse. I mean, we are still recovering from that shit. Spin for 10.
Hold on.
You called down the thunder. Well, now you got it.
Now you got it. Okay, so I spent a weekend with Frank Menster. Sadly woke. Another story. I had heard that about him. That's too bad. But he was at TSR HQ when 60 Minutes showed up. He said Gary's lawyer locked down the office and put a muzzle on Gary. Oh boy, I could see that. You can tell by Gary's facial expressions, like he's not enjoying this at all, and he wants to go right at this guy. Who is this? Ed Bradley? Was that who this
I think
is?
that's right.
Yeah.
If you found
That guy
12
next to Gary there, is that Gary's lawyer?
Yeah, it might be the lawyer or like PR guy. Maybe they're one and the same back then.
kids in murder-suicide with one connecting factor in each of them, wouldn't you question it? And that's all people do.
I would certainly do it in a scientific manner, and this is as unscientific as you can get. It's nothing but a witch hunt.
But the families who have suffered
About that demonology and cannibalism and homosexuality.
the loss of a loved one would disagree. Pat and Lee Pulling and their 12-year-old daughter, Melissa. The Pullings came home one night 3 years ago and found Bink, their son, dead on the front lawn of their home in Montpelier, Virginia. He had shot himself through the heart with his father's handgun.
See, I never knew that about their kid, but she's honestly, she's the one. She was kind of the spearhead of it all. Snake Oil Sean, 5 memberships. Ooh, tell him what he won
You
on
have
Pardo.
nice manners for a thief and a liar.
You are a thief, my friend. You stole my heart. Thank you so much, Shawnee. Congrats to Curtis, Taco Loco, Imperial, Kame Knight, Mark F., and Amoebus.
Until that night, they had never heard of the game Dungeons and Dragons. Then they began looking through his things.
We went into the kitchen, and there on the table were what we thought were just regular composition books with schoolwork in it, and much of the Dungeons and Dragons material, along with this curse he had received in the game that day that he died.
The curse that was placed on Bink's D&D character began, "Your soul is mine. I choose the time." In a letter that he left.
Dang. All right.
Who is that DM?
Right.
Like Eminem?
Mac Thompson for 5. My parents had just divorced a couple of years before I started playing D&D in 1980. D&D helped me get through that lonely, painful time. I owe Uncle Gary a lot. Yeah. I think there's a lot of stories like that, Mac.
That's cool.
A lot of guys who maybe just didn't have friends to begin
Didn't
with.
fit in with other kids.
Yeah.
And the 4 misfits all just hung out
Yeah.
together.
And they're like, holy shit, you play this game too? I think it was a lifeline to so many. How many lives did it? And that's what I hate about it. It's like, how many lives did that thing save? You know, how many people would have just, and it's not just a matter of like them breathing oxygen. How many of them went on to like do like great things in their lives?
Well, how many people, like, how many didn't kill themselves because they made some new friends?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, there's unequivocally that. It probably saved people, despair and, suicidal thoughts. Like I said, it's probably a lot. It just kind of got them on track. It got them like thinking with like other kids who were like-minded and, I'm not saying Elon Musk is one of those kids, but how many minor, how many CEOs and all that, started by playing, and it kind of just took their life in another direction. Ryan for 2. Spurg's ruining the game then and now. Yep. Your soul is mine. I choose the time. I got to remember that one, boys.
I wish for this door to open.
Bink said he had been summoned to kill himself because he was evil.
It was obvious through his writings that he felt he had assumed this character. But what I couldn't get into my mind was, is it possible? How could anybody do that? How could a 16-year-old that is smart, intelligent, why would they believe that they were something in a game? And why would they kill themselves because somebody else said?
Well, right now they're probably, this is back so long ago. Now that kid would be diagnosed as like on the spectrum or, something else. Like
bipolar.
He needed to be on medicine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's one of those things. All right, so I know she did a lot of bad, with, BADD. But you also do have to empathize. Like she's a mother who lost her kid. And I think this is a case of just her probably not being able to look in the mirror and just realize like maybe there were warning signals. I'm not saying she was responsible. No, it's just like it happened. The boy died, and could it have been prevented? Maybe, but maybe it just would have happened a little bit further down the road. It's like, so obviously this is a grieving mother.
Take it in a whole nother direction, Double D. Maybe this is a kid, and it is sad that he died and his sister had to see him on the front lawn. What if this kid was a future school shooter?
Well, I'm glad. Put a pin in that, Crazy Mouse, if you could. We'll discuss that in a moment, but put a pin in it, and you'll know why.
To do it.
Your son was well-adjusted?
Always. He had never had psychological problems. He was healthy, even physically healthy.
Well, we found that there's been numerous parents who say that the child's had no problems and such. Very conclusively, we go back to details of reports of classmates, of teachers, of friends and such, who very much kind of show that the youngster didn't fit in to school. He had outside problems and generally problems with his family.
We know.
Believable. Patrick for 5. D&D made me my entire friend circle. Some in my life for 30 years. Yeah. It also got me my wife. There you go. Yeah. What more do you need to say, right?
Yeah.
I have D&D to thank for most of the good things in my life. Amen to that, brother. Amen.
That in the case of Dungeons and Dragons, upwards of 3 million kids play the game with no apparent serious consequence. That for them it exercises the imagination and is just good fun. But there are those who are afraid that impressionable, vulnerable kids could be harmed by it. Dr. Thomas Radecki is a psychiatrist who teaches at the University of Illinois Medical School and who is chairman of the National Coalition on Television Violence. He has been studying the game for several years and says there are 28 deaths related to Dungeons and Dragons in the last 5 years.
This is a 22-year birthday. Or 22 months.
22 months, yeah. Jeffrem firmly believe Pat Pulling got survivor guilt and going after D&D was a coping mechanism. I agree 100%, buddy. 100%. It's a grieving mom. And you always have to have sympathy for that. I mean, no parent should be ever finding... I mean, they shouldn't have to go through the death of a child. That's horrible enough, but to find him dead on the lawn, from a self-inflicted wound, I mean, God bless her.
Right.
It's just, but I mean, you can't do damage by kind of trying to make sense of it, and I think she did some damage.
I can't understand it. It's just natural to try to find fault.
Yeah, for sure. It's something we can all understand. It's just, this is where you blame sort of the media, and you can always blame the media because they're sitting, back during this time, they were just kind of sensationalists. They didn't really have a political agenda, but they didn't care about the truth a lot of the time. They just wanted to sell copy, so to speak. Now, of course, they will try that, but it also comes with a very, very biased political bent as well.
The decisive element, and other ones, it was just a major element in the thinking of the people at the time they committed suicide or murder. Is not coincidence, not when you have careful documentation, you have careful notes, you have eyewitnesses. For instance, one case, the parents saw their child summon Dungeons and Dragons demons into his room before he killed himself. And
I don't understand that at all. He saw them summon a D&D demon into his room and then killed himself? This guy's a quack, by the way.
Another case, the kid thought he had the ability to astral travel, coming from the Dungeons and Dragons game, that he could leave his body and come back, and he had rigged it up just according.
That boy was RPG pundit. No.
According to the rule book, so he could do it. He was surrounded by his materials and put a bullet.
You know
in his
we
head,
love you, pundit.
So he could leave his body.
Cal for 2. I'm a Chateman on cartoon violence. Thank you very much, Cal.
He's never come back.
This is make-believe, and nobody's murdered, and there's no violence there. I mean, to use an analogy with another game, who is bankrupted by losing a game of Monopoly? Nobody is, because the money is make-believe, the property is make-believe, and the bankruptcy is make-believe.
It is not like Monopoly. There is no board. It is role-playing, which is typically used for behavior modification. If you are using behavior modification and you are doing violent roles and you're doing negative roles continuously, these children not only begin to have violent dreams or violent thoughts or negative, depressing type things, they become very much a part of this character.
You're role-playing, you're rehearsing, you're developing the character hour after hour, day after day. We're really talking about intense intense
That's the point.
involvement in a very serious form of violence.
The important thing to remember is, if you're playing a character, let's say, for instance, you have an evil character. The rules tell you your evil character is allowed in the scope of the rules to murder people and to rape and plunder. If you're playing a good character, you're the defender of the people. You try to stop the people from raping and plundering.
Yeah.
But it's just your character that does it on the sheet of paper. When the game is over, the game does not tell you to go out and rape and plunder.
See? All right, so I told you to put a pin in it. I want you guys to listen very carefully here.
But for some kids, it's not as simple as that. Melissa claimed that D&D had become more than just a game for her brother Bink.
Someone threatened you?
Yes. My brother threatened to kill me one time.
And we found out later that he had threatened to kill her if she told us that he was playing the game. She knew it, and she was actually scared for her life.
After her son...
So, see what Crazy Mouse said. I mean, this kid has issues. Like, this wasn't just like a big brother, like, you know, oh, you tell mom and dad, I'll kill you, sis. I think this was more like, if you tell mom and dad, I'm going to come into your room and I'm probably going to, you know, kill you. I'm sorry, that doesn't come from a game. That's deep psychological scars. I feel bad for the sister too. I mean, obviously, like, good Lord.
You just wondered, I mean, this was so long ago, like, is that sister okay now?
Yeah.
You know,
she probably has to be. What kind of guilt would you have if, like, you could have told somebody and, you know, you were afraid? And it obviously, it doesn't make me like the kid any better because of what he's done, you know, to her life, you know, both before and after. This stuff just sends a shotgun. Oh, was that Greg Gillespie? No.
Son's death, Pat Pulling thoroughly investigated the game.
This is not in
She
Canada.
felt so strongly that it was responsible for her son's death that she formed a network of concerned people who
So they all
warned
decided to roll up
others about
characters
the
and play it
dangers.
themselves.
Let's test this out.
So we role-played the role players.
Because of her involvement with D&D, Mrs. Pulling is often consulted by police departments.
Has placed you in a dreadfully precarious position.
Love this commercial.
Phenomenal game ever created. Your skin grows cold from your first glimpse of the enormous beast. It's a product of your imagination. Survival depends on a quick, decisive move. Your choices are limited. Stand and fight, or run. Use your lightning bolt. Victory is yours. Here's our hobby, Dungeons and Dragons.
Girl looked like Millie from Freaks and Geeks.
With D&D, Mrs. Pulling is often consulted by police departments around the country. Last November,
And that's like, why? Like, why are you talking to her? Like, she had no expertise. I mean, she said she didn't even know anything about the game until her son died from it. Maybe if she did know something, she might have been able to do something. Edgelord for 2. Replace Christians with fagaloons. The wheel turns. Yep. Pretty much.
This
What's old
deserted
is
area outside the
new
small
again.
town of Lafayette, Colorado, two brothers, Daniel and Stephen Irwin, 16 and 12 years old, were found dead. It was a murder-suicide. The story was widely covered by newspapers and television, as was the fact that the police said the deaths were caused by the boys' obsession with the game Dungeons and Dragons. Officer Greg Corey was assigned to the case when the boys were first reported missing. He learned that they used to come to this railroad trestle to play the game.
Both boys were here when you came?
Rolling dice under that bridge.
I was thinking the same thing.
It's like, how does that work?
Don't get my dice.
Oh, your
dirty.
die 20. Oh, there it goes into the creek again.
Yes, both boys were intertwined, their legs intertwined down in this area. The older boy in this area here, the younger boy laying here with the .22 caliber gun next to his head. Where the gun was found was just to the right of his
His head, Eric.
As a police officer, as an investigator, did you see a connection between what happened here and the game Dungeons and Dragons?
And the investigation showed that it was a focal point.
Well, there's an 80s guy. That mustache.
Yeah.
Looks like he belongs on chips.
Yes, indeed.
There you
Yeah.
go. Or a Lowenbrow commercial.
Yeah, or a Lowenbrow commercial, yeah. Paunch, John, and Joe.
Remember Bruce Jenner filled in for Paunch for a little bit during his boycott?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He was looking for more money. That like put a wedge between those two.
Yeah.
The two stars. I guess they patched it up since.
They did eventually.
Yeah, ironically, now the people attacking the game are mostly Satanists, yeah. Yep, there's your M. Night Shyamalan twist. Dad, I need a new die 20 again.
Rolled into the creek.
This one's into the creek again. The Cheney special. I believe that's our boy Ryan.
I got something for him. Trying to find it. Chill out.
Bitter dregs.
The girl in high school and my mother's family being a bulk of the Jonestown massacre meant no D&D for me growing up. Not worth the risk to her. Yep, the bitterest of dregs. Until the Marine Corps, that is. Yep. Boy, Jonestown. Yeah. That is some crazy shit, too.
Point of the boys' lives. They were
Thank you, Ryan.
just
Much appreciated,
enthralled
brother.
in the game. And this comes from witnesses and the family and the brother that they were totally obsessed with the game. In fact, would play it for 48 hours straight.
What?
48 hours. Lord, we go like 4.5 hours now. Everybody's like looking at each other like, oh my Lord, when will this marathon end? 48 hours. Holy smokes.
I mean, now I blame mom and dad.
Yeah.
Throw them a chore.
Yeah. What are you kids doing?
Did you mow the lawn today?
Yeah. Come on, boys.
Sort of a marathon playing.
2 weeks after the police chief announced that Dungeons and Dragons had been the cause of the boys' deaths, he issued a final press release with a different version of his earlier statements. TSR claimed they were vindicated, but Pat Pulling couldn't believe that the police changed their story.
And I said, well, you can't change it. If it's the truth, you can't change it. I mean, children are dying, Ed. Children are dying out there, and people are not telling.
Mrs. Pulling was...
She seems a bit, I don't know. Just, you can kind of look into her, and she's not well. I mean, she may not even been well before all this, and I'm sure there were probably some holes in her mom game even before, but she looks a little broke. Like there's something.
Right.
She looks like she owned an Epilady.
If she was really, going for it, really focused on this, she would have sued the dice company for all the failed dice that they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe these kids needed to roll better.
Hey.
Roll your con. Missed it. Well,
what's the matter with you?
Your soul is mine. I'll tell you the time.
You only have one D20?
Convinced that it was the threat of a lawsuit by TSR rather than the evidence that made the police...
I feel so bad for that sister. I mean, I feel bad for Pat and her husband, but I so feel bad for
I'm reading
for his
ahead.
sister.
Brian Smaller said she died at 48 or 49.
Pat did? Or the sister?
It says Pat Pulling died at quite young at 48 or 49.
Oh, geez. That's just, and obviously nobody wants to see that too. I mean, good Lord, God bless her. Here's the thing. I don't think she meant evil. You know what I mean? Like, I know she caused a lot of trouble. I think she thought she was doing good. And unfortunately that happens a lot in life. People who think they're doing good end up doing, not good. Shellback bow. Obviously, Jonestown wouldn't have happened if Kool-Aid didn't exist for 5. Yep. Although I'm pretty sure they actually used Flavor Aid. Everybody always said boy, Kool-Aid got so much of the press for that, but they actually used the knockoff version. I think it's like Flavor Aid or
Flavor Aid. We brought home a knockoff brand Doritos before, and man, Sophia Mouse let us have it.
Yeah. what do you throws them right back at you. Get this shit out of my face.
That's a betrayal.
It was crazy how upset she was. Some knockoff brands are pretty good, but man, she was not feeling this knockoff brand Doritos.
Police chief changed his story.
Did you threaten to sue the city?
No, we did not threaten to sue. We did send them a letter, which we asked them in a very kind way that they please further investigation and take a look at exactly what all the evidence is and what the details are specifically before they start
Sent him a legal
calling the name
letter,
of our product
a
into it
shot
as
across
being
the
a form
bow.
of cause.
But Mrs. Pulling had received a letter from the police chief in Lafayette in which he said that it was his fear of a lawsuit that made him back off.
Yes, he sent me a letter.
The letter to Mrs. Pulling from the chief of police said in part, "I sincerely hope you will understand what has happened and will forgive me. I do not feel very good about myself, and I feel that I have lost a part of my integrity. May I say that the city administrator and city attorney were very supportive of me, but cautious. My obligation to the city as a whole to protect them from serious financial litigation was predominant."
I wept. I mean, I said, boy, you know,
Tasmo Khan for 10. We got something for him.
I certainly do.
Cock is pretty good.
Give him something better than that. Come on.
That was a hit and run.
Crazy Mouse. Come
You
on.
got a 33 and a third chance of winning. But I got a 66 and 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me and he's not even going to try.
Not even going to try.
Don't even bother.
Don't even bother. I moved to Colorado in 1991, and we heard about this, and everyone agrees that the game had nothing to do with it. Colorado police back then were a joke when it came to solving crimes. Thank you very much, Tasmo Khan. Much appreciated, brother.
maybe somebody was going to really take and pay attention to this now and start doing some serious research and start stopping children from dying over something that they didn't have to die.
I don't think anyone is suggesting
Gary, he's just had it. You can just tell.
Yeah,
he
when's
is-
this
He has
over?
just had it.
your intentions originally with this game were anything but good. It was a game to have some fun. But in the light of what some people would consider to be strong evidence, don't you really think that you have to rethink your position about the game and at least make known the
Gary's like, no, fuck you.
potential for abuse of the game?
Well, I again have to go back and say there's no link that this is, except perhaps in the minds of those people who are looking desperately for any other cause than perhaps their own failure as a parent for their child's death. And
Shot across the bow there.
further,
And I can see why Gary didn't like Pat Pulling, because she pretty much was going after him. It was almost kind of like personal.
anything can be abused. Are we going to try to go around and say, this chair could be used by a violent person to strike another person. Therefore, it should have a warning label on it saying, caution, this can be used to assault you with.
We would like an impartial inquiry by the Consumer Product Safety Commission to actually look into these deaths, to call the police, call the detectives forward, bring forth the evidence, bring the parents in, look at this. Let's have an inquiry, an open public inquiry, and let's find out the truth.
This Friday, the town of Putnam, Connecticut will hold a town meeting to discuss whether Dungeons and Dragons should continue to be played in their schools. The suicide of a 13-year-old Putnam boy has once again fanned the controversy.
Hey, Bill, did you ever roll up a character? I actually play a hill person named Lothar.
We asked 2 college students to call.
Now, at first I was wondering, I can't remember where exactly this was on YouTube, but somebody put this on the end. I'm like, what does this have to do with something? And then I realized something. I'm like, oh, okay. We'll just go a couple seconds in here.
To Sarah Maxa, he identified himself as
Tom Radecki.
To Rebecca Howland.
He said he was a doctor, and I said, what kind? And he said he was a psychiatrist.
But Dr. Radecki does not tell the prospective clients who call his 800 number a piece of information that we found in the state records in Illinois. 3 years ago, Illinois revoked Dr. Radecki's license to practice medicine. The grounds, engaging in immoral conduct of an unprofessional nature with a patient. In fact, the Surrogate Parenting Institute is Dr. Radecki's home in Urbana, Illinois. At first, he declined to be interviewed.
I'm Anthony Mason with CBS.
Is that a sweat
But
mark on his
Larry
back?
Stein consented. When people speak to you over the phone and speak to you and you introduce yourself as Dr. Radecki, do you think they have the right to know that you've lost your license?
Does he look familiar?
To me, no.
He was the doctor in a couple seconds ago. This is obviously years in the future.
Oh,
He's
okay.
Dr. Radecki. He was the psychiatrist they were using in the fill-ins of the D&D story. Turns out he had a clinic where he I guess would bang girls for.
Oh, brother!
And he's got his license revoked and everything. So there you go. That just kind of shows you what they were all about.
Well, then they should outlaw doctors.
Yeah. Cal, Gary, do you want to apologize for Sydney Sweeney? I think when I have something to say on that, I'll say it. Saint Sumerian for 5. Did you see YouTuber Daniel Green go on a crazy woke rant against Gygax and Tolkien? I did not.
Interesting.
Put that down, Daniel Green.
I'm watching Gary talk there, and it struck me who he reminds me of.
Who?
Garibay.
Okay. I have a Garibay queued up. Hold on one second. I'll finish this. He's always been crazy, but he truly exposed how brainwashed he is. Daniel Green. Huh. Okay, never forget. Gary was a real one. Still is up on high. Oh, yeah. That's Rob. That's $10. That's
I got you now, you son of a bitch. You're Daisy if you do.
Daisy if you do. Yep. Gary was such a cool dude. I mean, I was so glad that I was around when he was around on EN World, Eric Noah's site and then EN World, when he would just answer questions, and such a cool dude. Titties and beer. Damn, Double D is on the case. Well done. Yep. All right, Daniel Green. Hold on one second. I'll tell you what. Let's watch something a little funner, and I'll need control here. Crazy Mouse.
You have it.
Yeah. Let's watch this. This guy has a good channel. His name is Len Enders. He's an 80s kid who videotaped everything. And he's going to talk about, from back in those days, whether Stranger Things may have drawn inspiration from his numerous videos online. Oops. There we go. All right, come on, Len.
Toby put the link for that Daniel Green video there for you.
Oh, really? Okay. All right, what are we doing here? Okay.
All right. Comments about over the years, and that is, did the hugely popular Netflix series Stranger Things get inspiration and/or ideas from my personal 1980s VHS home videos? First, before we get into it, if you've never seen my channel or any of my videos, you might be wondering why the producers of Stranger Things would have even the slightest interest in my channel or the videos I post. Well, as we all know, Stranger Things is set in the 1980s, and the storyline centers mainly around a fictional small town called Hawkins. I happen to have grown up in a small town very similar to the one depicted in the series, and all throughout the 1980s I shot many home videos of my friends and I that I've been sharing on YouTube for quite a few years now. So my channel is basically a time capsule showing the daily lives of a bunch of small town teenagers in the 1980s. Not only have I posted these videos on YouTube in different forms and on different channels over the years, but in the 80s and 90s I regularly mailed VHS copies to multiple pen pals and VHS traders that I used to correspond with around the country, including DVD copies in the 2000s. I've also provided many copies of my home videos to various production companies over the years that were looking to license footage for use in documentaries, commercials, feature films, music videos, etc. So my home videos have been circulating in one form or another since the late 1980s. Stranger Things begins in November of 1983 when the main characters were in the 7th grade.
I know it's
the
not
1983
him,
to 1984
but man,
school
he
year.
looks like the lead singer from Everclear.
Len Enders.
Yeah, like a lot. But it's
Yeah.
I mean, it's not him.
Yeah.
I get it, everybody.
I need to refresh myself, honestly. It's been a moment.
When I was in the 7th grade also, so I would have been almost the exact same age as the four main boys.
And I think we're about the exact same. Well, me and Crazy Mouse are. Rogan's just a tad older. But yeah, I think we are almost exactly the same age as Len Enders.
Since I'm roughly the same age as the characters in the
Oh,
series,
yes, he does.
younger people
Yes, he does.
often ask me if 1980s life was really like what is shown in the series.
Same
So
bleach
today,
blonde
using
hair and
my
everything.
own personal
like-
VHS home videos that I shot in the 1980s as examples, we will try to answer 2 questions. Was the 1980s life shown in Stranger Things realistic? Did they get any ideas and or inspiration from my home videos? Now, the town of Hadlock that I grew up in has a slightly larger town very nearby called Port Townsend. Most of my old home videos were shot in these 2 places, so for the sake of simplicity, since they are so close together, I'm just going to refer to both of them as my hometown, as if they are one place. And speaking of, let's take a look at that name, Hadlock. And the name of the town in Stranger Things? Both start with H-A and both have 7 letters in the name? Coincidence? I'm just messing around. I don't for a second believe that they came up with the name Hawkins from the name Hadlock. Okay, enough silliness. Let's have a look at some aspects of small-town 1980s life as depicted in Stranger Things compared to real life as captured in my 1980s home videos and see just how accurate they are.
Bike riding.
Kids riding their bikes everywhere they go at all times of the day or night. Yes, this is 100% how we traveled before we were old enough to have driver's licenses or cars, especially for all of us that fell into the category known as latchkey kids. A latchkey kid was basically a kid who came home from school to an empty house because the parent or parents were away at work.
Were you a latchkey kid, Crazy Mouse?
My mom was a cosmetologist that worked from home.
Okay, so
So
she
not
was always
really.
there.
She was usually there.
So not strictly.
Correct.
Were you, Rogan?
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you? Okay, I figured you, Rogan. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
In fact, I got hurt at work many years ago. In my late 20s, I was at the emergency room and took my shirt off, checked some bruising, and I had my key still around my neck from my apartment. I just...
Oh, really?
It was a habit I had, and the lady goes, "Latchkey kid." I'm like, old habits are hard to die.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
The term refers to the key to the house that the kid had to carry around
man.
with them at all times. If you weren't old enough to drive and there was no one home to drive you where you needed to go, you'd have no choice but to walk or ride your bike. Small towns like the one I grew up in didn't have much of a public transit system either, so you were better off just hopping on your bike. There were shortcut trails all over town to travel without having to be on the main roads.
We went everywhere on our bike, everywhere. Like I said, I think I've said it before on here. I remember going to it was all the way across town for us, down to Penn Station, the model shop. We would take little trails like this through like shortcuts. It's such a shame that parents nowadays think that it is literal abuse if you let your kids do this. Like, where did we get so fucked up at?
And where the
cults.
yeah.
Trails ran out, you just pushed and or carried your bike. For many kids, the moment the street lights turned on was the signal to head home. But for a lot of us, riding around
For some
at
of
night in
you,
groups
my parents were like, just check in if you can.
Or alone was a totally normal activity. So to me, the scenes of the characters riding around in the dark are very realistic, though that probably wouldn't happen much today. The only issue I have as far as realism goes in these scenes are the lights that they use on the bikes. I can honestly say that
Nobody had those fucking lights on.
I don't think they invented them
Yeah,
yet.
yeah. Maybe, There were probably a lot of money. And I guarantee you the reason Stranger Things did it is because safety.
Mhm.
They probably didn't want to show kids like, oh, it's enough to show them riding bikes. Okay, I guess we can go that far, but they got to have lights on them.
didn't know
I'm surprised they aren't wearing a helmet.
Yeah, yep.
Which didn't exist back
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
either.
Nobody would have worn a helmet.
Not seeing any reflectors.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been, it just would have been reflectors. Yeah.
one kid that used
Front
a
and
light
back.
when riding at night. I'm sure there were some out there somewhere, though.
Honestly, just as good as a light. I mean,
not among any of the kids I knew.
Forts.
Will Byers has a fort out in the woods near his house he calls Castle Byers. Building and hanging out in a fort was definitely a thing for small town kids in the 1980s. My friends and I had one somewhat like this in the woods near my house. The thing with forts in the woods, though, was that there was always a chance that another group of kids would find it, raid it, destroy it, or, if they were older and bigger, simply take it over and claim it as their own. It was for this very reason that I constructed my next fort in a slightly concealed location in my own backyard. This mostly eliminated the threat of it being raided by other kids, and since it was close to my house, I was able to run an extension cord out to it so we could actually have power inside.
See, that happened to us too. My friend Ray Fiskus, him and my friend Jeff, they built this giant tree house. Like, it was up off the ground. They just raided. It was up by the Zemzem place, the Zemzem Shriners. They built like a big place for like to have weddings. They were doing like some sort of addition or something onto it, and they just went over there. They just raided, got wood and all kinds of stuff, and they never noticed. So we had a really, really cool, and I do believe it got raided at some point by bigger kids, because we went one day and it was all like messed up. We're like, what the fuck happened? Titties and Beer. His name is Len Enders. If you're an 80s kid, you're going to want to go to his channel and subscribe, because normally he just posts videos. Sometimes he'll do, some wraparound narration. But mostly it's just videos. He had the foresight, and think about how hard this would have been back then. He'd have had to have like one of those giant cameras on his shoulder. Not studio, but pretty darn close. And he filmed everything as a teenager. So it's like a slice of 80s life for us. Because you'll look at it, and even though it's all the way over on the other side of the country in Washington, it all looks the same. It's like, shit, it's like, that's us. It's almost a must watch. I guarantee you, if you go over to his channel, you will start binging like all of his videos. Len Enders.
Bedrooms.
The bedrooms the kids have in the series look
Yep.
very accurate. The
I
rocker
agree.
kid Billy definitely has the classic stoner kid bedroom.
Rogan?
Vince Neil.
Oh, yeah.
Look familiar?
It does.
I was going to say, I don't think Crazy Mouse and I could have been properly called stoners in high school, but Rogan, you may have fit the bill.
Yeah. Going up to Spencer's and getting one of those psychedelic blacklight velvet posters.
Yeah. Get the old velvet
yeah.
fluorescent, with the ghost ship, and fuck yeah. Is that John Micklethor there on the wall?
The bedroom of Jonathan Byers is... Wait a minute. That right there is literally the exact same stereo that was in my bedroom when I was a teenager.
They did their homework. That's pretty cool.
That's what he's wondering. He's like, did they do a little too much homework and not take a bunch of stuff from his stuff? Honestly, if you were trying to do a movie from the 80s, you'd be lying if you didn't say you would go to his channel and just start watching his videos to get inspiration.
Excellent research.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. That is the exact same.
What a coincidence.
Police station.
The small town sheriff's office located right on the main street. Yes, we had the same thing in our town, with officers in there typing out reports on giant typewriters.
This I wouldn't know.
Sneaky teenagers.
This I would know. Because we
Barb
were.
and Nancy sneaking over to Steve's house for shenanigans while his parents are away. This is an activity unmonitored teenagers will always get into, and this was definitely the case for myself and my friends.
Now, Rogan, were you a bit of a sneaky teenager?
Oh, God.
you were more than sneaky.
Oh, more than sneaky, yeah.
I know Crazy Mouse was a little sneaky too.
I was a sneaky teenager.
Crazy Mouse somehow got a key copied from one of the hotels downtown. That was back when you used physical keys, right?
That is 100% true. I used to own a hotel room.
Yeah,
during high school.
How many years did you own that?
My sophomore, junior, and then it got taken away. Like I got May of my senior year, so I had it for 3 years, and We just got busted.
Yeah, you would just
we were
have
about to have a party.
Yeah, you got, and that's all you did during those 3 years. Like you just had parties.
We just go down there and have parties. Yeah, in this hotel room.
to tell in the Reader's Digest version of how it got busted.
We were about there. We took our beer there and we started calling people to say, "Hey, we're at the room tonight." We actually, over time, we got the one room. I'll tell a quick story of how I even got the room. It was after detention. I was walking through. They used to have a candy store inside this hotel in the lobby, but you had to go by that lobby to go catch the bus on a Saturday. So while I was in the candy store, right outside was the front desk, and the guy was checking out. The woman was rather busy, and she said, "Just leave the key. I'll take care of it when I'm all done." Well, I took the key. And then
sneaky teenager.
Had it that way. And back then they had the number written right on the handle. And then of the key. And then over time we rented the room next door and then made a copy of that key. So now we had the two keys. And we were down there having a party, about to have a party. We got all our beer in there. We started calling people, telling them, tonight's night, we're going to be down here. And then someone interrupted our call and said, "Who is this?" And I said, "Who is this?" And she said, "This is the front desk. No one is supposed to be here." So we panicked and left, but we left all our beer.
Oh.
Well, in high school, that shit's worth gold.
You can't leave the pump.
So so we actually waited a little while and then went back to the hotel room to retrieve our beer. And when we were walking in, 2 police officers were running out and they were chasing us. I was quicker than the 2 Bayhurst twins. Shout out to John and Paul. And
it's like the old Walter Payton and Matt Suey story about the bear. I don't have to beat the bear. I just got to beat you.
And I got away, but because I got away so quickly from them, I had no idea if they got busted. So I had to walk from downtown up to their house. And then, they also thought the same thing about me, that I got busted, but we did get away with it.
So they got away too?
Yeah. 3 years we had this though.
Yeah. God, what a story.
It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
I'd have been king of the school.
It was it became a pretty big, well-known thing about this room. I will say this, no one ever approached me. If they did, I honestly don't remember anybody ever approaching me like, "Can I have the room for the weekend to take Phyllis up there and blah blah blah." Yep. I never gave the key out to anybody.
Quiet as it's kept.
Yeah.
Grimlock for 5. I was a teen in the 2000s. Wish we would have had this type of freedom. At that time, parents would have had us taken away if we were allowed this. Yeah. It's such a shame, too, because we're fine. Look, you can be as safe as you want with kids, and you can't protect them. And honestly, this kind of stuff, it just builds character. It really does. Tasmacon for 5. I didn't get sneaky till after I started watching MacGyver.
Here's Spin Gypsy for maybe $1. We missed $1. Maybe we missed a super chat or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah. If we missed something, just let us know. Ryan, quiet as a mouse.
You know it.
Yeah. I got to get you the David Caruso drop.
I'll make a note of that so I can send
it
to you.
All right, hold on one second here. Got to reload the YouTube chat for some reason. It likes to crap out ever so often. There we go. We're good. Antonio 8520 for 5 in high school. A little redundant there, Antonio. In high school, my dad rented us, his 4 kids, an apartment and dropped off food from time to time and lived somewhere else.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit! You probably got the guilty dad treatment. He must have been trying to make up for something. 4 kids in an apartment.
Wow.
Sounds like one of those like 80s or 90s like sitcom, like Party of 5 or something, like Party of 4. It would be 4 of a kind. That would be the name of the show. Yeah, 4 of a kind. Thank you, Antonio.
Parents were gone for any significant length of time. Phone calls would be made and people would be invited over to hang out and stir up some kind of trouble.
And you had to remember all of those phone numbers.
Yep, sure did.
Careful though, because some parents would require a check-in phone call at some point in the night.
Oh, this is so cool.
Would have to get really quiet.
Watch this.
I'll get it. Hey, everybody quiet.
It's like that happened, you know.
Yes.
It's like we were there, or like that's what I mean. Like if you don't start binging his channel, man, you're missing something.
Imagine that this type of sneaking over to someone's place while parents are away is becoming a thing of the past as Ring cameras and similar video monitoring become the norm for most households. Also, apps that show parents the real-time location of their kids' phones. Sorry, kids.
We used to steal beer from open garages, from their refrigerators. And me and Mrs. D talk about this all the time. We used to take, let's say there was like 8 beers. We would take like 5.
Yeah. Not all, you know.
Well, because they would know something's up.
Yeah, they'd know.
So we would take, the other thing we used to do at our house is we used to open the case of bottled beer from the bottom and keep the 4 in there from the top and take the other 20.
So you look in there, it's not open.
My dad,
You see the beer.
yeah. And two of my brothers were really into, you know, some chemicals and some drugs and alcohol and stuff. So they always were the ones that got blamed, like always. And it was just,
yeah, that's their lookout, right?
Yeah.
TV channel surfing.
Scanning the channels to see what's on. In those days, that was the only way to see what was on unless you bought or subscribed to something called TV Guide magazine. Or some printed newspapers even contained a local channel guide section inside of it. You also had a very limited number of TV channels to choose from. I remember
when our paper would always put in like the TV.
Yeah.
The TV
point
listing.
in the mid-'80s being super excited because we were able to get 12 channels.
Dave Stewart.
12!
Oh, there we go. Could probably suss that out. Seahawks at Browns in the probably later 80s, looks like, from the graphics, mid to late 80s.
And it wasn't like today where you simply pick the show you want to watch and start binging. You were stuck having to watch whatever it was that they were playing at that moment.
Stores.
The stores they show in Stranger Things have the right vibe for the stores in the 1980s. In the 1980s, 24-hour 7-Eleven type convenience stores started popping up everywhere. This is another thing that is big.
Our friend Gavin Morgan, he worked at the Cumberland Farms 24-hour back in the day.
Where was it at?
It's where the country fair is at the bottom of like near Zook. 26.
okay.
I'm sorry, 26 in Zook. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Unimaginable now. Stores
American
not being
Gladiators.
open
Guy who created American Gladiators is from our hometown.
Yeah.
He's from Erie.
24 hours. When I was a kid in the
Yeah, that's
early
right, he's an
80s,
iron
the
worker.
local grocery store would be closed by like 7 p.m. In fact, the whole town would be shut down, except for the local bar, of course.
It looked like a ghost town. But there's people at the bar.
Vacant and abandoned lots.
The place with
the
old junk cars and whatnot where the kids hide out when they're running from the bad guys. This type of empty lot with old cars or equipment scattered around it is classic 1980.
I remember we took a car ride over to Ashtabula, Ohio, and we were just fucking around in like, it wasn't quite a junkyard, but it was something like that. And we met some girls there. And there was probably like 6 of us, like 2 guys, and there was like a couple of girls or something. And they ended up hitting it off with like two of our groups. So the rest of us were just kicking around. No, I was not one of the lucky 2, I guess.
Small town kid life. Not only the type of
It's like that's what would happen. Like you'd meet other you'd meet other kids. Sometimes you meet girls, and it's like, oh yeah, let's go make out.
Place where many had their first beer or cigarette, but an
like somebody like whoever brought it up earlier, growing up in the 2000s, it's like a different. It might as well just be like a different eon,
overwhelming number of guys in my age group came across their first dirty magazine in a place like this. There were a few places like this around our town in the 1980s, but I'd say one of the most popular spots was a place known as Fred Hill Gravel Pit. It didn't have a bunch of old cars, but there was a big open pit, and it did have this tall, rusty, out-of-commission concrete processing machinery that was great to climb on.
I remember one night we slept over to our one friend's house, and we nominated him as the mission master, and he gave us like
the dungeon master.
Yeah, it was. So he would give us missions as to whose house we needed to go egg. So he would give it to us, and then we would all go out, and he'd be like, "All right, open up your envelope," and like, "Oh, cool! I've always wanted to get this guy." It's good fun, man. Good fun.
You guys were plotters.
No, we were schemers is what we were. We were schemers. Ryan, semen retention fun.
They're schemers. Schemers trying to control their little world.
It was centrally located
Thank you, Ryan.
so everyone could get there
I
by
am
bike or
personally
walking
doing no fat because
This was
right
where
now
many a
I'm
runaway
also
would go to
doing
hide
semen
out. I
retention.
knew multiple kids who ran away from home and set up camp in or near Fred Hill. This was also the de facto location for fights. And because of the location, there was no worry of adults or police showing up to break it apart. But if they did, then everyone just scattered into the woods.
Oh God! How many times did you have to do the scatter?
Oh God!
I did the scatter probably like 5 or 6 times.
I
growing
was
up.
in charge of grabbing the tap if a party
Yeah.
ever got raided.
Yeah, like I said, you had to. We just talked about you
That was
doing
a
the scatter. Yeah,
Big responsibility.
That was
those taps
through the keg, grab the tap.
The keg was you could sacrifice. Like that's lost money. But holy, that's a sunk cost. But man, it was either the keg tap or the party ball, the Coors party ball tap.
But I just remember, I mean, I was invited to so many parties because I had the tap, you know, like, and it wasn't mine. I was just in charge of it.
Mm-hmm. You were the trustworthy. Even back then, you were trustworthy.
The mall.
The Starcourt Mall scenes are pretty spot on to the mall experience of the 80s. Unfortunately, for us living in Hadlock in the 1980s, the nearest mall was over 30 miles away, so there weren't a whole lot of kids traveling there to hang out or get jobs. Instead, in our town, many teens worked at the local grocery store.
See, we had an attraction mall from like people. We would have been living in the town like he was just talking about with the mall, the Milk Creek Mall. Spin for 5. Typical 80s night. Friends spent the night to play D&D that lasted about an hour. Then out the window to find girls or get in trouble. Mostly both. Yeah. Yeah, that's just it. I've talked about it before. There was a time, like D&D was kind of like up to like 7th, 8th grade. Like once high school started, I put all that shit on pause for, probably a good 6 or 7 years, even mostly into college. Like towards the end of college, I started to get back into it. But high school, you didn't want to be caught dead. You didn't even want to be associated with D&D in high school back then. Just if you wanted to get laid, I should say.
And the parking lots of the local businesses became the hangout spots, often well into the night.
Yeah, we did not do that.
Down at the dock.
Yeah, we would go to we have a public dock because we're on Lake Erie. So yeah, our public dock was the local cruising
state.
Yep. And
Or
then
bugging state.
Yeah, yep. You'd get your car in line and like hope you weren't going anywhere because you were literally like locked then for probably like 40, 45 minutes.
Depending on the night, yeah.
Depending on the night. Yeah, we would just cruise the dock and like people that would get there early would, park and like, if they did have a decent car, they'd pop the hood. And then some girls were just there to, obviously just kind of show
lizards.
off.
It was
lot lizards. Yeah.
Always somebody with beer.
And so it was so fun too, because you'd like drive by and you'd be like, oh wait, I think I know her. And then you'd like lean out the window like, hey, you want to go do something later? And she'd be like, yeah, and then
that's texting.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be like the equivalent of texting now, but except you'd be like, shit, how do we get a hold of her? Well, we got to go around again.
Hope she's there.
And hope she's there. And then say like, okay, meet us at, so-and-so after. We had to do that a couple of times.
Just hope no one got to her first.
Well, yeah, obviously. Yeah, that was you had to claim dibs.
Here you go, Double D.
Oh, hey, Stanley. Good to see you, brother. Yep, hope all is well. Yep, guys, link is in the description. $7.99, I think. $7 for a $6.99, $7 for a PDF.
Stanley, I bought the book tonight.
Oh, there you go.
My man, Rogan, he's a gentleman and a scholar.
Telephones.
It seems crazy now, the idea of living in a world where if you wanted to get a hold of your friend, you had to call them on a phone that was permanently attached to a wall or a public phone booth. But this was life as we knew it in the 1980s. Stranger Things depicted this activity quite accurately, including the annoyance of having a second phone line in your house located in another room where your parents might pick up and listen in or disrupt your very important teenage conversations.
Remember landlines? Or was that before your time?
What's that?
Landline. We had
landlines.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Our neighborhood was connected up to one line, so if someone was talking on the phone and went to make a phone call, you'd hear other people's conversations.
Oh, you had the part, like
yeah,
the party
big
line.
Yeah.
We never had
hey,
that.
hello, we need to make a phone call.
Yeah. Who had a sub to Soldier of Fortune magazine, Edgelord 2? I didn't have a sub, but I bought many an issue of Soldier of Fortune magazine. Holy shit. We would do that. We'd go back to our friend Chris's room. We'd watch like a Chuck Norris movie, like Lone Wolf McQuade or something like that, or Miami Vice. And we'd like, yeah, give it to me. I want to look through it now. Holy shit, Soldier of Fortune magazine. That's a good pull. That is a great pull. And fuck yeah, that immediately, that took me back.
Get off the phone!
Consider yourselves lucky, all you kids with cell phones out there.
See, I missed that because pretty much after a time, like most of my brother, like my two brothers and my sister were mostly gone. My one brother came back at times.
Just imagine your mom suddenly popping in on your conversation, as if any of you ever actually talk on the phone to someone anyway.
Okay, gotta go.
Arcades.
The arcade. The closest thing to heaven on earth for kids in the early to mid 80s, so long as you had some quarters to spend. I got into trouble multiple times for sneaking quarters out of my dad's change jar to go to the arcade and play Stargate just one more time.
My parents had one of those, like, there were these big like chemical bottles. They would like have like an opening and then they would flute out into this like big wide clear glass chemical bottle. And my parents would use that as a bank to put all their change in. So I would always just like pour that out, grab all you needed like back then, like what, $5 in quarters?
Oh yes, and you're golden for
yeah, you could drink, honestly. Beers were like sometimes $1. Sometimes your buddy would buy you some. And then you'd always go to the place that had quarter drafts.
By the late 80s, arcades were starting to fade though as the popularity of home gaming systems rose.
That was a shame.
Homes.
I would say that the interiors of the homes that they show in Stranger Things look very accurate. They also nail life in the mobile home park inside and out.
Video rental stores.
Family Video, the video rental store that Steve and Robin work at together, is quite accurate. Most Friday afternoons, I would head over to our local video store and rent something for the weekend, usually a horror movie of some kind.
Oh, there you go.
Video camcorders.
A few times throughout the series, they show people recording videos with a shoulder-style camcorder. These were very similar to the ones I would rent and/or borrow to record my videos throughout the 1980s and 1990s. Once again, you young people are so lucky to have a device that fits into your pocket for recording videos. These giant things were awkward and annoying to carry around and film with, and the battery
built your shoulders up, I bet. Warren Johnson for $5 Canadian. The local arcade where I'm from always had an indigenous dude in a leather jacket, no shirt, and a 7-foot python hanging around his neck. Oddly enough, I can picture it. It's like
bad. Pretty cool.
It's like Bob's brother from Twin Peaks. It will kind of scrub to the end here. He does have a. All right, so.
Is there a part where he says, if this was it, give a nod in one of the episodes?
Trans Am that my rocker friend raced around our town in while listening to metal in the late 80s. And my friend's name? Yes, it was Billy. In Season 4, the group heads out into the woods to find Eddie Munson at a place called Skull Rock. Skull Rock is a rock formation in Hawkins located near Lover's Lake. In a video on my channel, my friends and I travel into the woods and visit a place called Big Rock. Like Skull Rock, Big Rock is a rock formation in our hometown located near a lake. This was a destination for many a local stoner kid to smoke without worry of police or adults showing up.
Okay, so we see there are a few similarities, but big deal. Personally, I'm not convinced that they got any ideas from my videos. Yes, if you search YouTube or the internet for anything like life in the 80s or growing up in the 80s or teenagers in the 80s or something like that, my videos are definitely going to come up. And yes, these videos have been circulating for a long time, but it doesn't really prove anything. But then again, there is the Eddie Munson character.
People started messaging me and sending me pictures of him pretty much the moment Season 4 dropped. Eddie Munson is the lovable metalhead character that ends up getting sucked into all of the spooky excitement that the other main characters had been dealing with, and he was an instant fan favorite. If you happen to be a Stranger Things fan, then you're probably aware that the Eddie Munson character was based off of the real-life story of Damien Eccles, who was probably the most famous casualty of the satanic panic hysteria that gripped the country in the 1980s and 1990s. So the character is based on the real life of Damien, but as far as looks and attitude goes, people began pointing out to me the striking resemblance between Eddie and my friend Han as seen here in one of my day in the life videos from 1987.
Duffer Brothers for sure used this video to get inspiration for Eddie. Dude with long wavy hair and denim looks like Eddie, LOL. Eddie Munson, I found Eddie Munson. Inspiration for Eddie Munson? I totally just saw the real life Eddie Munson. I swear the guy wearing Stormtroopers of Death was the inspiration for Eddie Munson. Tell me how the dude with the guitar and jean jacket reminds me of Eddie Munson. So are the Duffer Brothers...
In my high school, there's like 8 of those dudes.
Yeah. I was going to say, there's quite a few of them, but...
I was going to compensate
you. But...
When your guitar buddy, since they ripped off the look for Eddie Munson from him and obviously watched this video, LMAO.
Not only is their hair and outfit nearly identical, including the rings, but Han is also sporting a BC Rich guitar, albeit a different model. Han has a BC Rich Ironbird, while Eddie has the BC Rich Warlock. In fact, here is Han checking out a couple BC Rich Warlocks at a music store way back in 1987. Not only did Han and Eddie both play in a garage band, but Han even played Dungeons & Dragons for many years.
Ooh. But that must just be a coincidence, right?
So, I don't know. There are similarities, but I'm still not convinced. I'd actually really like to hear your non-biased opinion about this in the comments. And to the Duffer Brothers and the Stranger Things writers, if you did take a little inspiration here or there, maybe just give me a little secret shout out somewhere in an episode. A little hidden thing that only I would notice. Like, what if you had one of the characters drop a little direct quote from one of my videos? Or that was so obviously similar to something said in one of my videos that only I would recognize.
This'll do. This'll do just fine.
This'll do. This'll work just fine.
Ooh.
Okay, what the
There you go.
Well, this would all his material would be the perfect stuff to look through to research the 80s and 90s.
Oh yeah.
So,
which is fine.
I'm sure maybe
should have given him a shout out. But
yeah.
All right.
So who's this douchebag? A person.
This is that. What's his name? I got the tip for it earlier.
Ryan Green or something.
Yeah, Daniel Green or something.
Lauren Green.
Lauren Green. I don't know. We'll watch it for a little bit.
Welcome everybody to your 7th to last, I believe, episode of Fantasy News of this format. Don't worry, we're coming back in the new year just fresh and upgraded.
Why does his voice not match his mouth?
I think of the same thing.
Is he
I don't think he's real.
Yeah, this AI.
Yeah.
We're going to be kicking it off with an update, hopefully the end to a story that's turned into quite the saga here on Fantasy News, and that is in regards to the allegations of AI art being used in George R.R. Martin's illustrated edition of A Feast for Crows. Now, I was initially planning on keeping my word and issuing an apology here to the artist because they took to their Instagram and despite a lack of substantive evidence denied ever using AI.
I mean, not the book. It's probably a book. He does a lot of a books, not just not the book that everybody wants
in their art. And I wanted to take.
Is there, by the way, if somebody knows the point at the video where he starts going after Gygax and Tolkien, because I don't want to see this faggot's like opinion on all this stuff. Like if somebody could do some work and figure out where he like starts talking about
them at their word. Jeffrey McDonald said, for the record, I do not use AI. This is the Mad King.
Just put it in the chat
on board. Here's the link from
scrub
the publisher, linking to that post we talked about, which will come up again very soon from George R. R. Martin's Not a Blog.
Second segment does me no good because I downloaded it.
We're asking for additional proof.
Thank you, though. No one of consequence. I need a timestamp.
Allegations that every piece was AI, but that AI was used in several of the pieces, explaining things like a necklace disappearing into a neck, an arm not lining up, and a missing leg. They then addressed the cross crucifix on the wall, saying, "Thank you for your questions. As noted in the link provided, all images go through a team or director for approval. Some things are added, subtracted, or redesigned in this process." Now, to answer the question about the cross, sometimes when illustrations get published, the size is much smaller in a book or magazine, so there is some compression of the image. This is not a cross, but a wall sconce for a candle.
It's early.
This is a very minor piece of the composition and used for decoration and balance.
All right, so I'll scrub gingerly here.
The mother of all twists updates for this story.
The heck?
We have actually had a late night post from Jeffrey R. McDonald here where he has come forward and published his process for creating several of these illustrations. Granted, not every single one, and personally I found myself while reading through this saying to myself, well, you didn't address that, but I realized I was just moving the goalpost. What we have here from Jeffrey McDonald is a very fair response where, yes, we as an audience can continue to demand
I don't even
more
know who
and
this
more
guy
and more,
is. This
but
Daniel
then
Green.
just never be satisfied. Several pieces, they show iterations going through.
Was Daniel Green the name of the villain in the second Daniel Craig James Bond movie? Quantum of Solace. He was like going to be he was like in charge of that new organization that was going to take over for Spectre. I want to say Daniel
and completing
Green was his name.
If you combine that with the process that's gone over in this post, Jeffrey McDonald takes assets for inspiration, paints over them, and if he's not given enough time to polish them, then bizarre artifacts can appear. So my conclusion here, one, I would like to...
Holy shit. It's been a coon's age, brother.
...to apologize to Jeffrey McDonald for contributing to accusations.
Dominic Green. Okay, there we go.
Against him. I did try to caveat it as much as possible. It looked like AI to me, and I didn't know when AI was implemented in this process. Now, it just looks like the management team here failed even harder. And the fact that that sentence was removed from the George R. R. Martin blog post raises so many more questions that look so much worse. You put in your post that you believe Jeffrey. He's now provided enough evidence for me to go, okay, maybe not AI used, at least on his side. So what's going on here? Is someone being thrown under the bus? And there's other artists who are talking about this who previously worked on a Song of Ice and Fire special editions who have talked about how they were paid more money, given more time. And I'm just so confused as an outside observer looking in.
Oh, 4:30. No one. You the man. You the man. Oh, so it's actually not too far. All right.
If you've been paying attention to the community, Elon Musk, over the last year or so, has acted as a snippy voice here and there, trying to claim that Hasbro's going woke, etc., etc.
A claim? Do we have to go back through all the fucking artwork? All the retarded prose over the last at least 5 years? claim.
This guy's a talker, not a doer.
Fuck this guy.
Purely because they have made steps to acknowledge that in the original printings and runs of Dungeons and Dragons, yeah, there was some issues with sexism and racial influences. And so we had a magnificent write-up from The Atlantic by Adam Serwer going through basically how ridiculous it is to...
I read part of this, and I couldn't get through all of it. See, it was such a hatchet job.
To deny that, like, Gary Gygax said stuff like this and made references like that. But also to...
You can get with this.
You can get with that. Making lice apples. Whores and tavern wenches, hags and crones, as well as adding an appendix, medieval harems. What is wrong with all this?
Claim that is somehow taking away from Gary Gygax's achievement is insane. No, Gary Gygax made, in my opinion, the greatest game ever conceived of, period, full stop. It's revisionist history, though, to pretend like these were not influences that happened. And I think this Atlantic write-up does a wonderful...
I love when they do this. It's okay to acknowledge he wasn't impressed. He was a guy who made a game. Why do we need to publicly acknowledge any foibles he may or may not have had? Like, what foibles does this cretin have? What kind of a sex pest are you, Tiger? Not even a talker, more of a squawker. Yep. We want a pitcher, not a belly itcher.
Rob, drawing parallels to the fact that, Tolkien stood up to Nazis. He also had some beliefs that don't hold up to the test of time. And turning a blind eye to them completely doesn't do anything aside from...
Yes, it does. Yeah. It's nothing to begin with. But yes, you can turn a blind eye to it. Like I said, what skeletons do you have in your closet? I bet you when you get found out, and you probably will, you little cretin, because all these little lefty boys, these little soy boys, they're all the same. They all like use their leftism just to try to get laid, and they end up becoming sex pests, and then they get outed because they don't understand that the women on the left hate their guts just as much as they do MAGA. I mean,
every incel was a what?
What's that?
Every incel was a what? Was a lefty.
Yeah. Yeah. So I reject this whole thing where we need to acknowledge he did this. Hey, motherfucker, what you're acknowledging is nothing. A big zero. Big zero. And let's start to you're a public figure, you're a YouTuber. Let's acknowledge, your foibles, douchebag.
Erase valid history, which of course through the doublethink that people like Elon Musk do all of the time, they're claiming people who do this are actually doing, which is straight up nonsense. And I cannot stress enough, as someone who has a background in software development, how clearly it has been for a long time that Elon Musk is a master of none. You know that graph that shows like the...
I love it when these guys think that the world's richest guy just somehow got it because he's just dumb.
Into all this stuff?
Yeah, just dumb and stumbled into it. It's so much the jealous.
Isn't he building a rocket to land on Mars?
Yeah.
To live there?
Yep. And then they're like, well, see, he doesn't really do the engineering for the rocket, so he's stupid. You get literal retards like AOC and every member of the squad. Saying stuff like that. But he's a genius, this Daniel Green. Our mission was the Montauk base in the Amityville house. Ooh, there you go, Tasmacon. $5. That's good. Oh, was he really? Accused of a certain kind of abuse.
There you go. You're
Yep.
This is the second one.
Yeah. You can smell them a mile away, these little gamma male bitches. You little bitch. Oh, I knew it. There's I can't play it because SNL will copyright, they will block the video if you do anything SNL on here. But just look at the SNL skit, Girl at a Bar.
Yes, I know the one you're talking about.
Tells you everything you need to know about every liberal guy. Just doing it to get laid. I mean, boy. All right, Rob McCanna for up 10. There we go. That's
one for the books.
To the Queen. To the Queen. Reminds me of the people who claim woke wasn't real. Yeah. Like it was just a society improving passively and not a concerted effort to commandeer and ruin everything we love. Yeah. And look, it's not, people are saying like, the worst of woke is over. It's like, I don't know. I see a lot of positive things, but it's like an ex-lefty said. He said, you people don't understand. You have to crush this thing. You have to put your boot on its neck. And he said, the minute you let up, it will come back. You have to just destroy it 24/7, 365, because it will always come back in some new form. How many of you 80s kids watched The Wall fall in 89?
Yeah.
And then the Christmas Day in 1991 or 2, the Soviet Union. How many of you were thinking, cool, we won the Cold War. Everything's going to be great from now on. Communism is dead. That lasted for maybe 20 years. And now you've got a generation of retarded fags who think that communism is a great idea, even though it has never worked. You do. You have to that's why you have to ruthlessly put your fucking boot on the neck of these people. Figuratively, not literally. Wink, wink. Ryan for 2, in fairness, I guess it was a false accusation. It was true at some point from someone, I bet. And you know what, Ryan? I can extend my grace of not believing Me Too to everybody else. I don't have to extend it to the people who would have been cheering on Me Too. So he gets nothing from me. So sorry, dude. If you were accused, you're guilty.
Peak of confidence, like early on in gaining knowledge that then goes down. My boy is perpetually stuck here. Do not ever think of him as an actual substantive voice in the D&D community, because he's just trying to be a mouthpiece for the very loud minority of people who are trying to just pretend D&D has been perfect from day one. It's just, it's annoying. And this quote from the article from a couple other sources perfectly puts it. No one's stopping you from playing the earlier editions. That's fine. Do that. Who cares? You're the ones making it an issue. And also, I'm willing to criticize these things and also love and respect them. Yeah, Tolkien had some comments that I don't find great. I also found
What were they? What the fuck could J.R. Tolkien, a veteran of the Great War, what could he have possibly said that you don't like?
The way he stood up to Nazis to be incredibly admirable. Both of those things do not influence one way or the other me having Lord of the Rings scripture tattooed on my arm, because it's just not in what is wrong? Why are the internet has made everyone's brain so black and white and broken. My God.
Sounds like a little Will Wheaton right there.
He does, yeah. He's got that energy.
Shut up, Wesley.
Shut up, Wesley. He's crying about the thing that he's probably plays a very big part of.
Now, before we move on to this next story, I want you to do me a favor and give yourself a big old sniff and tell me.
What do you smell? Because for a select few people, there is always a certain
that?
scent you associate with them. Like for me,
gross.
I always think of Kayla with black opium. It's what they call her signature scent.
Who's Kayla?
Kayla McBride from the Minnesota Lynx.
Yeah. Kayla Ricada, Nick Ricada's ex-wife. Cal for 2. All platonic solids are perfect. I smell semen. I do too. All right, guys. I think we're at the end, by the way, of that. All right, we could do in the chat. We could do. There's a Garibay video. We could do the next Critical Role intro. Like we normally do. It's about 10 minutes.
No Critical Role.
No Critical. All right.
I mean, it's up to the fans.
Or we got Soy Clops.
Oh.
We got Garibay, we got Soy Clops, and we got the next Critical Role.
I don't know. I've been holding in my venom.
Trevor. No. Critical Role. Based Garibay. Yeah, no more of him, please, by the glory of Helm. Scotty, Garibay. Yep. No. All right, he talks about Critical Role, though, because I thought it might be... All right, yep, Scotty wins, hands down. All right. We'll do Scotty.
It's a shutout.
So yeah, I was gonna say, geez.
Gygax's illegitimate son.
I think he would. Appreciate
Soy
that.
Clops, Titties and Beers asking. He's in our intro.
Indestructo boy.
I had to be born with empathy for femboys, right?
Yes, yeah. He's the femboy lover.
Socialism and femboys.
Yep. All right.
Hi, friends. Your pal, Scott Garibay.
Scotty!
Today we
Hi,
are
Scott.
going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we are going to talk about Campaign for Ahriman, and we're going to talk about what is happening with Matthew Mercer taking the player seat. It's weird. It's really weird.
It's weird.
I don't know, Scott.
At night. Well, it is daylight savings.
Yeah.
This is kind of recent. Right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Got to be like, what, 4:30 maybe?
Weird? Yeah, it's really
4,
weird.
4:30.
Let me, hey, Scott, you say a lot of stuff. Is there anybody else saying the same thing? Yeah, there's a lot of discussion about this. And here's the biggest one. Here's the receipt that this is very weird that Matthew Mercer is in the player seat and is not in the Dungeon Master seat. The fact that Critical Role is now discussing it, all right? And how are they discussing it? With jokes, all right? Now, what are you supposed to do when Critical Role tells a joke? Well, Scott, when somebody tells a joke, you're supposed to laugh. No, that's not what should be happening when Critical Role tells a joke.
I agree. They are not funny at all.
I haven't seen any. The only funny thing I can remember from, well, it's not even funny, but the most memorable thing from Critical Role for me.
You know, as she likes to say, lanterns are lit, so are the tits.
Oh, yeah.
Stop sexualizing women.
When Critical Role tells a joke, your ears should perk up like a rabbit hearing a wolf. All right? Okay, I'll tell you.
I'll give you guys a mid Garibay. Break. I forgot to do the warm-up video, but it's only like 15 seconds.
It's been like 5 years since I've done a cartwheel, so I want to see if I can still do one. Rate me.
Rate TE. There you go, Rogan. That's for you.
Huh?
Wow. 10.
Huh? What happened? What was that?
Okay. So
Woman
one of my
of your dreams.
favorite videos this year was
humana.
Professor Dungeon Master having on Travis Willingham. So here's
See you, Jeffro.
Here's where we
Thank you, buddy.
Have a good one.
Good night.
Recently, Critical Role what has Critical Role been making jokes about recently? The fact that they didn't choose Daggerheart over D&D, right? The fact that that Matthew Mercer, the best dungeon master in the world, gave up his seat to a substitute teacher. Right? Like
he's got the right of it. He's not giving Brendan Lee Mulligan any flowers, that's for sure. And he is right. They're trying to like use the humor of like, oh, see, and I know exactly what he's talking about because somebody even may have mentioned it on stream in one of the things we were EFAPing. Like, oh yeah, we didn't choose our own game. Like, hey, let's put it out in the open. That'll make it better. It doesn't. It still kind of draws a lot of curiosity from people why you didn't pick your own game.
Well, even during that bizarre intro where the dude was having a meltdown in the dressing room, they made several jokes about it.
Yes, yeah, maybe that was it. Maybe that was it. Yeah, that I was thinking of. Haha, see, it's funny. We can laugh at it. All right, fine. It still doesn't change the fact that you chose, D&D.
That's what Brendan Lee Mulligan is. Brendan Lee Mulligan is not a super talented dungeon master. He is a substitute teacher that gets called in whenever Critical Role needs him, and that it's not cool, man. Like he's
the fireman.
And just Campaign 4 was huge. Everybody wanted something significant, and I feel like we got butt cheeks. We just did not get anything good here.
Butt cheeks. I love it, Scotty.
Man,
it's on fire.
That surprised
Scott, will
me.
you please come on our show?
Just please don't stop blocking me so we can talk on Twitter. Scott, we love you. And I would unironically love to have you on. Everybody in the chat would love to hear from you. He ain't gonna do it though.
We gotta make a soundbite out of that.
Yep. Yeah, butt cheeks.
It's not good, right? And I think it's super weird that Matthew Mercer is not dungeon mastering. And I really feel if you want to know when Critical Role is up to something, Watch for the jokes, okay? Now let me present my receipt.
Yeah,
here,
but Brendan
okay?
Lee Mulligan.
All right,
oof,
so recently,
much worse.
I'll give it to you on all three of them, right? Recently, Daggerheart, Sam Riegel has a short.
That's fresh cut grass, Crazy Mouse.
Yeah.
Where he's like, why are we not running Daggerheart again? You know, like they
That's
know
what you were talking
they know
about.
this stuff is really strange. They know it was strange for 2 years, right? To build a D&D killer and then back out at the last minute. They left a lot of people with $60 bricks in their hand, right? Daggerheart is worthless now.
I love it. Daggerheart is a $60 brick. Couldn't have said it better myself. Mercurius for 2. Did you see that J. Scott Garibay went on Jack McCarthy's show? I did. In fact, I got the heads up. In fact, I asked Jack, I'm like, can you please tell Scott to unblock me? He said, I'll try. Either he may have forgotten or it may just not have worked. Scott may just kind of view us as, you know, like, oh, those are the guys that used to tease me or whatever. But it was never in anger. The only time we ever got a little harsh on you, Scott, is when you got a little like too over the top angry. But like lately, we've been loving you. We've been loving your content.
Destroyed, right? Like it was built to kill D&D, and they didn't have the courage to see that through. But they collected all their money first, right? Like, and you're like, I don't know, like that's really, you know, Scott, that's a lot to put on them. The timing was really specific. I can tell you right now, those copies would not have blown off the shelves if everybody knew that 3 months later they were going to dump it and choose D&D for Aramon. There's no way, right? And how do you think Daggerheart's selling right now? Frankly, I doubt they even need to reprint it again. Like it's done. It's cooked in a book. Okay,
cooked in a book. Got butt cheeks cooked in a book. My man is on fire.
He's got it.
All right. Sam Riegel makes jokes about them not running Daggerheart for campaign 4, right? Travis Willingham and Matthew Mercer go on Professor Dungeon Master. Highly respected source of metrics, highly respected source of content, highly respected member of the TTRPG community, okay? He brings them on. He puts right in the thumbnail, I want a no BS answer to this question. They had already answered the question that he asked, right? And what he was saying is, you're saying BS. We know it's BS. Like, you already answered this question. I'm going to ask it right to your face again because I don't want BS this time. I want the truth, right?
You can't handle the truth. That was pretty good when Professor Dungeon Master did that. That's the way to do it. He was just like, guys, first question, why?
And he came right.
By the way, props and best wishes to Prof DM. Says he's right now cancer free.
Oh, that's great. That is very good news.
Congratulations.
He made a video and he's like, I hate doing this. He's like, but I get asked so many times. He's like, I wanted to keep it down low. He's like, but this might be the best way to deal with it head on. And he just said, right now things are great, cancer free. So hopefully they caught it early and it's just going to be
very good news.
Be normal. Yeah. So Prof DM, kudos to you. Best of luck.
At them, right? So he's got #1 Dungeon Master in the world, and he's got the CEO of Critical Role in front of him, and he says,
See you, Stanley.
Hey, did you
buy Husk, guys, if you can? Looks like a good game, honestly.
I ordered the hardcover.
Yep.
It looks
Rogan,
really interesting.
He didn't even get just the PDF. He got the hardcover. Amigo. Yep.
You don't mess around.
He's locking it down on the, in South Africa.
True that.
Yep.
guys take a payment to run D&D rather than Daggerheart, right? And what he left unsaid was because the whole freaking world thinks you did. We think you took literally a multi-million-dollar check to do this because otherwise it makes no sense, right? And that's why Sam Riegel was making that joke, because it makes no sense, right? And this is my point. Whenever there's something that you should be looking real close at with Critical Role, they'll make jokes about it, okay? And I want to talk about the latest joke they did, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Thanks. Be patient. Thank you. All right. And thanks for being patient. You don't have to be patient. If my content frustrates you, and it does frustrate a lot of people, No worries. Like it's
No worries.
No worries.
I ain't going nowhere. No worries.
Love this guy. Patrick Demo for 5. Let me get this straight. Dagger Art requires Critical Role live plays to be a valid RPG that people play. That doesn't speak to a great system, Scotty. Yeah, for sure.
Got another one?
Oh, yep.
Where'd it
Down
go?
just a little, probably.
Right
Yep, there we go. Badger. 2 copies of Dagger Shart I marked with adhesive stickers months ago. Still sit on the shelf at the local bookstore. I tagged 3 copies. Oh, you did a little tagging so you could see if they were still the same copies. Nicely done, Badger. Nicely done.
Clever.
Reminds me, I always love when people do stuff like that. Like one of the reasons I love Chinatown, one of the first times I saw it was when he did a little trick with the watches. He would wind a watch. This is from the 1930s, and he'd put it under the wheel of the car that he was trying to tail or trying to find out when it left. And then when it would the car would start, the wheels would roll back a little bit and they would crush the watch, but right at the very time that it stopped. So always love stuff like that.
The deepest end of the pool. If you don't want
Thank you,
to
Badger.
swim in these rapids, I get it. Right? They just had
You don't want to swim in these rapids.
He's on fire.
My man. He's in his prime.
Dungeon dudes, you'll get some floaties, man. Like they make everything comfortable. There's no reason for it, because I know my content is really unusual, right? And can be frustrating for many people. All right, okay, here we go. Let's get all the way there. Okay, this is really fascinating.
Press pause.
Absolutely fascinating.
So press pause.
Yep.
What's the timestamp?
Let's see. We are 5:42 in, about halfway.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say he's at his destination.
Ooh.
For his DoorDash.
These people are going to get some cold food. We got 6 minutes to go.
They're paying attention on the app. They're like, he's in our parking lot. Why is he not doing down there? Car?
Just waiting for the time someone ambles up to the window like the creature on the wing of the plane in, the William Shatner Twilight Zone episode. Like, what are you doing in there?
So
knocking on the window.
So then you get, and so
no one of consequence thinks he's at the Wawa.
And Matthew Mercer's like, look in my eyes. No, we did not take a payment. Travis Willingham, the CEO, says, I took a payment. and then throws in a little joke. Here's the joke, people. Isn't that funny? No, that was super not funny. He's saying, you've already answered this. I want a real answer, right? And Mercer clarifies things, makes it clear, right? But then Travis is like, "Hey, let's muddy the water, man. Let's not make the answer clear. Let's muddy the water, right? Why?
He's on fire,
right?
man.
Now, believe it or not, I
love his hand gestures today.
Mm-hmm. He hasn't gotten to the nose yet.
This is a guy at the top of his game.
He's on Adderall or
absolutely.
something.
Yeah, really. He's on meth or something. But I love it, Scotty. Yeah, uppers. Yeah, it's like he's.
I don't think they took a payment.
Whatever he's doing, it's working because this is good. This is good stuff, actually.
There was never there was a world in which they were gonna run Daggerheart, right? The world in which they were gonna start working real hard and paying the real price to beat D&D, right?
LJ Costanzo for 5. The wig is worth the $5 alone, but also greetings and salutations, good dice rollers. Absolutely, LJ. Mm-hmm. And I will only say wig. What wig?
And I think, and they made Daggerheart. Spencer Stark shocked everybody. Built
His
an
carpet
incredible
matches
game,
the drapes.
D&D in many areas, I think, right? Certainly a D&D killer candidate, right? And then it blew off the shelves. And the part that didn't get connected was every Critical Role member was like, oh, well, if we're going to be the top game in the world, we will immediately be hated. Winners are hated, right? And they knew, they've seen the fury that D&D does for forgetting a comma. And they're like, our lives are too comfortable. We're not going to do this, right? And that's why it just disappeared overnight. All right.
Yep.
Let's get to the last joke, the latest joke, right? It's super weird. It is super
Quasimodo
weird.
predicted all this.
That
who did what?
That Matthew Mercer is not the dungeon master of Campaign 4, right? And again, it's something you should be looking at very carefully because it's their latest joke subject, right? So what's the joke, right? So they have on Rhett and Link. Now these guys I have history with.
That's Pete and Repeat.
My whole family loved
Tweedledee, Tweedledum.
And we didn't think anything of it, but one of the reasons why we really enjoyed them was they were Christians, right? They actually both renounced their Christianity, which now, of course, Critical Role loves them, right? Like, you know, okay, boy, Hollywood be Hollywood, right? So you know, I had fallen off with Red Link years ago, right? Because we went and saw him live, right? We were huge fans, and then they're like, Jesus, whatever, forget him, right? I'm like, wow, like, you know, like, okay, like, everybody has the right to do that, but I don't know how that's going to work out in the end for you, right? But, well, I guess we do know how. If you renounce Jesus, you get to talk directly to Critical Role. There you go. I guess we know how that ends, right? So Rhett and Link go on Critical Role's show, and they do a joke. And the joke is, hey, we'll be the Dungeon Masters. But before they do in the joke, they say, hey, why isn't Matthew Mercer doing it? Isn't he like the best DM in the world? And then literally Ashley Johnson's like, it's a joke. The whole thing's a joke, right? And then Rhett and Link, their main thing on their channel now is like they do these eating shows, right? And
I don't even know who he's talking about. Rhett and Link. It's like Mutt and Jeff or something. Have we seen these guys?
They're not. It doesn't sound familiar.
No clue.
I think we would have made a joke about their name.
Yeah.
Right.
Where they eat stuff in weird ways, right? And actually, I don't think their content is bad. I actually think their content is better than it's ever been in many ways. I just, you know, as a Christian, it's really weird for me to listen to anybody who's renounced Jesus. Like that's really strange.
We have not, Scotty.
I don't wish them ill, but it's really, but you know, it just gives me the ick. It's not good. And so,
Christ
but
is Lord.
I thought it was pretty shocking to see Rhett and Link go on there. And my only point here is when, like, you know, there's something there when there's a Reddit thread on
Thank you, Patrick.
And Critical Role is joking about it. All right. And what's interesting is, why do they joke? Well, I think they joke to hide a concrete reality, right? And you're like, and why do they do that? Well, here's the kicker. Critical Role is now in many ways the D&D analog. It is D&D for
brother.
Literally millions.
Good to see you, Shark.
And just like D&D, like, people have said this, and I
say Christ is Lord.
Say it. Dungeons & Dragons would get in trouble, and then they do something else that would just change the story, almost like Trump, right? And it's the same thing with Critical Role,
Dungeon
right? Like,
duds.
When they don't want you to talk about a concrete
With the
reality
dungeon
that surrounds
dudes.
them, you'll see a joke. There'll be a
hate
Reddit
those
thread,
guys.
and they'll do a joke. That's when you know there's something there, in my humble opinion. And yeah. So, you know, and I'm not even saying what I think the reasons are. I'm just saying I'm just calling out a pattern, right? If there's a Reddit thread on it, and a CR is joking about it, there's something there, something that we haven't seen the real shape of yet, in my humble opinion. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion, nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking, subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.
We will have a fetch millennium. Yep. And we will send you. Remember, guys, if you're not subscribed over to Scotty's, do so. I mean, do it after this stream, but yeah, go over to Scotty's, subscribe, wish him well in the comments. Tell him you heard, tell him you heard him here, and we love him. And yeah, there's no ill will at all. Hopefully we can have a meeting of the minds someday.
Absolutely. I'd love it.
Yep.
Whoopsie daisy.
All right, we'll do the lunacy here.
Stop touching me!
Oh, boy.
All right. We got Shamiqua getting arrested for $50,000 in a check
we get
scam.
those every once in a while in the mail. Mrs. Mouse and myself for like a quick loan offer. Or here's a check to consolidate all your debt.
Yep. Well, then now you know the person behind it. It's,
we have a feeling that they're not real.
Yep. So when, guess what happens when the cops try to go get her?
Touch me!
Do not touch me!
Yes! Touch me!
450, not pull away.
Sir, stop touching me!
Stop pulling
You
away.
didn't give me a chance to talk! No! Stop touching me!
Miss Payne,
Stop touching me!
you better
Stop!
It's like two brothers going at it, like an older brother, like slapping his younger brother. Stop touching me. Stop touching me.
I'm telling you, that's my mom! Don't touch me!
Get my mom. Get my mom.
See the game. Let's play the taser game.
This is how I got kicked off of Twitter for a week, which I'm still serving right now. I think I wrote in the comments like, I hope the police were, in so many words, less than gentle with her.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you're currently on a 1 week.
So if you guys are trying to get a hold of me on Twitter or X,
He's on a nap.
I can't. And because it used to at least be like you could access your DMs and communicate with people that way, but they changed it over to now it's like an encrypted chat, so I can't do that for some reason. I'm not real big on X right now. In fact, I may stop with the premium membership for a while because this isn't the first time it's happened, and I don't know. I don't know how much I'm getting by paying that. So. Oh, my mama! There it is. It's always the mamas when they're arrested. It's like, how can we defile the memory of St. George Floyd?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we'll cry about my mama after we've scammed people out of $50,000.
I'm gonna get you, mama. You just...
Oh, mama. You're my $50K.
I love how tough they are when the police are approaching them. Don't you touch me! Always ends in tears. Man or woman, always ends in tears.
This class is a travesty.
All right, so I remember somebody posted this on X, and I remember this. This is over 30 years old. Watch this skit.
That poor woman child is just another victim of the patriarchy.
She is?
I am? Hate crime. Hate crime. Not only that, it is also a racist construct. This woman represents the same white image of beauty that has oppressed women for centuries. Hate crime. Hate crime. Where are the nude models of color? The people of girth. The handy-capable. The elderly. The queer.
Well, I'm sorry, it's just naked, fat, black, crippled dykes are hard to find.
Does anybody remember a TV show I think it was on MTV. It was a sketch comedy show called The State. And
yes, I do remember. Yeah.
And some of the people from Kids in the Hall and some other shows collaborated and they did The State.
This is a really good. Kids in the Hall was really funny back in the day.
I'm sorry I said that. I apologize.
You white male, stop trying to co-opt my black anger. I'm just trying to understand your black anger. Show it to me again. Shut up! Thank you, I understand now. Sir, you leave me only one alternative. I must walk out and call for a boycott of your classes. Anybody who stays is obviously a racist. Or a homophobe. Shut up!
32 years ago, who knows, they could have predicted the future. Ironically enough, I'm pretty sure, because unfortunately, like everything, like most of those guys have gone woke. I think actually the most based guy, I mean, relatively speaking, is Scott Thompson, the genuine gay guy, who would obviously play women and, all the gay characters on the show. I think he's actually probably the most normal of all of them these days.
Surly, I know this skit you're talking about. First I cook and then I chill.
There you go. Nice pull, guys. Yeah, Brain Candy, good movie.
Right now, I am fucking shaking.
Why? Tell us why.
The time has come, y'all.
Is it?
Time for what? What is it
Dinner?
time for?
The time has come where I am cutting off my MAGA parents.
Oh, brother.
Because I can't do this anymore.
Right at Thanksgiving?
After
Yep.
years of trying to avoid the politics conversation with them because I know they are MAGA.
Press X to doubt on that one. I seriously doubt you were trying to avoid politics. My guess is you probably brought it up
at every chance.
Yeah,
you
every
get.
fucking chance.
Pass the gravy, you
Yep.
MAGA bastard.
They say, well, if you're going to bypass the holidays here and dump your parents, where are you going to go to eat? Where?
Yeah, you'll have to actually pay for it. These to me, these are the worst. I've said it before. These are the worst people in the world. These people that cut their parents off from themselves or their kids or their grandkids.
That one from quite a while back where that young lady was lambasting her grandfather.
Yes, I remember that
one
interview.
still scars.
Oh
me.
yeah,
that one still.
I had a visceral need to do something. I won't even state what it was, but I hated that girl. And this woman's a piece of shit too.
And that was the only way we could have a relationship, is if we did not talk about it. Well, I'm done. I'm done. Even if my mom is ill, I'm done.
Oh, so your mom's sick and you're doing
I'm not
this,
doing this
piece
anymore.
of shit.
She had the fucking nerve on the phone with me. We were arguing about ICE and how they're violently tearing families apart.
Well, I'm glad that you said that because I thought it was like, are you bringing ice to Thanksgiving? Like,
you're responsible for the ice.
Detaining and deporting people without due process.
Oh, God.
And she said,
same old song and
I
dance.
don't give an F about brown people. And then, I don't give an F about slur. Slur.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
And I said to her, this is literally what the Nazis did.
the way that she said, I said to her, I said, reminded me of how Norm would deliver his jokes.
The way you're talking, this is what the Nazis did. And she
of
had the
course.
fucking gall to say to me.
So your mom got pissed off and blew up because you wouldn't shut your frickin' mouth about politics and all this other crap.
Yep.
All she wanted to know is, are you coming to Thanksgiving?
Yep.
And apparently you're in charge of the ice.
Don't bring the rolls this year. Bring the ice.
Well, your dad is German.
Who?
And she said, and you are too.
Yeah, you're a Nazi.
Oh, don't cry.
Oh, she's crying.
Don't cry. Your mom was pissed off because you were being stupid.
Got those crocodile tears.
Wah.
Well, no.
You wanted this.
Breaking up with my MAGA parents. Parents are probably like, thank God. It's like...
I don't know what ever happened to Julie. I don't know what happened to her.
As we've always said, these people, they... You have to walk on eggshells around them. Like, nobody enjoys being around them. Honestly, the parents are probably like, well, you know, it's a shame, but we probably mentally said goodbye a long time ago, and now we just don't have to worry about it anymore.
And
They probably don't even tell her, in all fairness, about every family function because she probably causes a scene at every single one.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going over for Brittany's 4th birthday party. Oh gosh, are you bringing freaking Hillary?
Yep.
Is she going to start yapping about whatever?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Damn right, Travis drains.
Yes.
Yep. Not a faucet, a
Dad,
drain.
But my kids are going to grow up with empathy.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're not. That's artificial.
Yep, that's how you see it. That's how the movie runs in your mind. Your parent, you were probably raising your kid to be a monster.
Good night, long shot.
Good night.
See a long shot.
That's it. That's it.
That's it. It's all over.
Like, one of my things with Gavin
Oh, brother.
Your favorite.
Newsom is that he uses words and concepts that are so big. I'm like, babe, nobody knows what you're talking about. They did not study ancient history and they don't know those words that have like 5 syllables. I have to Google stuff.
She's supposed to be a teacher.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She's a
okay.
teacher.
Plot
This is
thickens.
Bubble Girl, not Paige Turner.
Yep. Yes, this is
Swallow
Bubble Girl.
Bubble.
Catch a bubble.
This one is Catch a Bubble?
Yeah.
This is Catch a Bubble.
Oh, I hate her.
Her and Paige Turner, they're like, are they sisters?
They gotta be. They gotta be. Yeah, there she
my
is.
goodness gracious.
I do this on purpose to you guys. Of
You
course.
dirty rat.
You are evil.
You're always so eager to get free. You always want to know when you'll be off.
It's a real shitty thing to say, Jen, okay? You know I love my son.
Whenever you're left in charge of Jacob, you always want to know when it'll end. Do you ever notice that I don't ask that?
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I guess you're just a better parent.
I'm not the better parent. I'm the default parent, and you're the substitute.
Yeah, that's how this works.
Gotta love these shows nowadays.
Childcare, the other person.
Guy is just always a.
It's never equal.
If he's a white guy, he's always a piece of shit.
To do your own thing and to be your own
Woman
person
is always like
and
put
to
upon.
play basketball and see your friends, and my time off is to grocery shop, to clean the house, to cook, to do laundry, so I don't actually have any time off.
I gotta say,
This is a show called All Her Fault.
I've heard that dialogue someplace close to me over the years.
Has a special meaning to you, right, Ruben?
Yeah. Art imitating life.
It's a show called All Her Fault, I guess.
And if that clip gives you any idea, the show really focuses in on this idea that women, and mothers in particular, are in charge of so much when it comes to motherhood in particular. I'm only 1.5 episodes in. I haven't even gotten to that clip yet in the...
It's almost
so
like
you're an expert on this show, I take it. Yeah.
But it's also a show that was probably tailor-made for her.
So you saw the pilot,
yeah,
and the first commercial break of the second episode, and you're a fucking expert on it.
So mothers are responsible for 100% of motherhood?
Apparently.
I mean, there's an obviousness there.
Yeah.
Because dads are, pretty much responsible for being the dads, good or bad.
But now women have to be men. It's so much better.
I gotta binge watch this.
Actual show. But what you feel immediately in the very first episode is
what
how
I feel immediately is I feel like having some of your husband's grilling.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. He's not
No,
allowed.
he's not allowed. Yeah, sorry.
The mothers in the show feel by motherhood. And not because they don't love their child, but because they are married to men who on paper are great dads, who are fun and silly and playful, but who don't know where the nanny came from. And they never spoke to her references. They don't know the pickup routine for their kid. They can't tell the police what their child was wearing that day when they went to school. They don't fold the laundry. They don't take...
That was very specific.
Yeah.
Tell the
I bet you if she watched Old Yeller, it would be about the oppression of women. I wish if she watched the movie Brian Song, it would be about the oppression of women.
Yeah.
Rogan.
Yeah. Yeah, how does this affect women? Yep.
The kid to the dentist appointment. They don't book the doctor's appointments, right? You get this idea, this feeling that these women make everything go round for their family. And
the
both
reason
of them
why I have a feeling that in this household, he doesn't take him to the dentist or whatever is because you're at fucking home all day. He's actually at work.
Yeah.
So I just have a hunch that might be the reason.
He's a lineman.
I don't know where, maybe he doesn't, the dentist office isn't open on Sunday when he's
when he's actually home.
Grilling for your friends.
Yeah.
moms. And the whole premise of this show is essentially placing blame on the women for not doing better, for not being better mothers. Right?
Oh, I sincerely doubt that they would make a show in 2025 that places blame on women. I mean, I'm sure you have the white fathers in the show doing that. But let's just say at the end of the day, the white liberal women will be vindicated.
Right? There's
of
this
course.
one scene which I found so interesting because childcare comes up a lot in this show, but just in general, when we think of motherhood, we think of childcare as a women's issue, something they have to figure out.
It is.
And
No
both
one,
of
yeah.
the mothers that are highlighted in the
he's a
show
lineman.
have nannies. And they are talking to police officers, and the police are asking where they found the nanny. Was it an agency? Did you do it by yourself? Did you speak to their references? How well did you know her? And they're coming at the mom asking a million questions. And the dads can't answer any. And at one point, the cop even says to the dad, did you speak to the references? Did you speak to the references? And he says, no, I did not. That was her area of focus.
Because she's supposed to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
her, the dude's probably making money.
He probably picked the hot one, and he said, hell no.
Yeah. Yeah, now you got your kid
And
kidnapped.
She went and found Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. Some troon, and now your kid's in trouble.
What I think that really does
Thought
is it
you were
highlights
trying to lose
how
weight.
even the most involved dads that seem very present and involved in their kids' lives don't do the actual work, the mental load of managing their own lives. They don't know the doctor's name. They don't know where
got
the
this
nanny
new
came
nanny.
from or what her
name's
references
Riley
are.
Reed. She's
Yeah,
not at work.
I think I heard of that. Yeah, I think I heard that
They
name
don't know the
somewhere.
pickup schedule or the drop-off schedule at school. They don't know any of that. And they expect their partner to know all of that information. And then when something goes wrong, they blame her. Didn't you get a weird vibe from her references? Why didn't you go through a nanny agency? How come you weren't at pickup? Why did you schedule that play date? Why was the doctor's on this day?
You know why?
Right?
Because your husband was arranging all the oil changes, the cable television, the cracks in the cement outside.
Why didn't you do this shit? You're at home all fucking
Yeah,
day.
let's divide up that. We never talk about dividing that labor up.
I hate her.
I do too. I'll go by. Our downtown was under a lot of construction recently, and so it's funny. I would look on that job site. I'd walk by. I didn't see one woman. I didn't see it, but I didn't see anybody protesting out front. I didn't see let's have equal representation on this job site with guys hanging off of the
scaffolding and stuff with the welding tools.
Yeah, 70 feet up or, whatever it is, or 60 feet up.
These questions directed at mom as if she did something wrong when she's the only person doing anything, right? And so I think it's so interesting, this clip in particular, because I think it highlights what so many women are experiencing in motherhood. It's not that being a working mom is hard. It's not that being a mother is hard, even though those things have their own challenges.
She's kind of like, I bet your husband just, sometimes he'll just look at her face and he's just thinking about the next thing she's going to say. And he's probably just like, I hate that face.
I bet you they have to be divorced.
No,
well, if he's a guy risking his life, and he's like at some point he's like, I've had enough of this shit.
You'd be shocked. I mean, sometimes the kids trap him, and then it's like sometimes it's just easier.
I do know.
They think it's easier.
It's being a mother who is partnered with a man.
How do you look at a French maid?
You're not asking any more questions.
When it comes to the actual work of being a parent.
I really want people to stop referring to women as females. This drives me absolutely insane. It's so degrading.
So degrading.
So degrading. So degrading. Please stop talking about me as a female.
I'm gonna wear this tank top here and try to look sexy.
And you never hear
Rocket, do
anyone
you find me
Rocket,
sexy?
do you think I'm sexy? There's a reason for that. Is because it's extremely degrading to reduce someone to their biological sex, and we don't do that to men. So there's no reason to do it to women either.
Fuck you, yeah.
And when I hear other women use the word females in reference to other women, when they could simply use the word women,
I could use the word women,
is just like literally so crazy to me. So if we could really come into the 21st century in the year of 2025.
Year 2025.
I want to hear her read a laundry list. Where's your shopping list?
Yeah.
I want to hear her read the phone.
Yeah, a couple passages from the Bible.
What happened?
And stop referring to women as females. That would be great.
That would be great.
Said, honey.
And then old white people are the fucking worst.
Ooh, they go low, I go to hell. Every single time. I don't care how old you are. That should get you. That should get the old noggin jogging, as Mr. Mediker says.
Why the fuck I'm at the bus stop minding my business? Some old white bitch come right up next to me like we're going to the same fucking place. Like we left the house together type shit, right? Cool. So me being me, once you get too close to me, I'm gonna make sure you know you too close. Because if I can't do certain shit, that means you're too fucking close. If I can't eat my food, bitch, you're too close. I take my chicken sandwich out my bag, I start eating it. Why is crumbs falling on her? Now she's tight.
How many stereotypes can you fit in? How many goals, own goals, can you score on yourself?
Wow. Bitch, if I'm eating my food and crumbs are falling on you, you cool? Like
White people always walk across the street when I'm down the street. They're racist.
Yeah, they racist. They racist.
Cool. So she moved, right?
She moved. All right, so it should be done then, right?
Now, stupid bitch mad. She's mad. She tries to literally walk over me. She got a shopping cart. Her shopping cart is hitting me all in my fucking shins, my ankles, everything. So guess what the fuck I do? Push the old lady. She damn near fell in the street. Now everybody at the bus stop looking at me. What the fuck y'all looking at?
Yeah, I know what they're looking at. They're like, they saw who did it and they said, it figures.
If the shopping cart was hitting you in the ankles and your shins, you must be one tall bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Because the basket of it would hit your butt before like the bottom part, right?
No, I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree. If it's hitting your shins, she's in front of you.
Yeah, which means you're blocking. You're blocking the way. Yeah. Good point. Yeah, everybody looking at me. Yeah, they're looking at you and they're saying like, "Yep, avoid that person." We all know why. You know what? It's like, I hate to say it when this happens, every white dude just kind of looks at the other white dudes around and they make eye contact and there's an unspoken like.
I told this bitch the minute she got too close to my personal space that she was too close, and I asked her to move further down the bus.
You what?
You did what?
You did what?
You asked her.
Well,
maybe
you
if you
asked
would've
her.
Asked her, she would have done it, but you asked her instead.
Yes, you should have just asked her.
She didn't want to. The bitch literally stood up under me. That's how she ended up with a coat full of fucking chicken sandwich crumbs. Now the bitch want to drag her shopping cart across my feet. Bitch, here you go. Here you go. Take these hands. I'm not fucking playing, bro. I'm tired of bitches. I'm tired of people, period.
Yeah, these are the people watching grandma and grandpa when you put them in a home.
I'm shocked that your sandwich has that much crumbs. It
Yeah,
reminded me
where you get
that Bible story of Jesus when he was like, filled a basket with crumbs of fish and bread.
Yeah, fishes and loaves. Apparently, she can make them multiply.
Yeah, she acts.
She must be a very messy eater.
Yeah.
Amongst other things.
We've done this before. We're doing.
I tricked you. I got another one. This is, which one is it, Crazy Mouse? I'm
Bubble.
quizzing. Bubble Girl, yep. Her voice is good meme there. Good use of your memes there. Yep. You're on track there, Rogan. She has like a, I don't know. She's got like a, it's not like a lisp, but she's got some sort of kind of a speech impediment.
And again, if Starbucks baristas have to strike this.
She talks like I think she does that like gentle parenting routine so much.
I think so.
It's
That's
like
how she talks to everybody.
Yeah, it's eating into her, like her normal voice.
Holiday season, no buying Starbucks, no contract, no coffee, no gift cards either. Teachers are not strangers to attacks on our unions, so let's show some solidarity. Baristas are organizing for a fair union contract, better staffing, reliable hours, higher pay, and an end to union busting. Starbucks
higher pay. I think I was watching like Anthony Cumia or something, and he's like, you could learn this job in 10 minutes. If you're a smart person, they could teach you this job in, let's just be graceful here, a half hour. With a little bit of supervision for a half hour, and you want to be represented by a union and get like union fucking benefits.
My son worked at the Dunkin' Donuts for a few years, and I get these stories about his coworkers and just marvel at our society is so awful, and our economy must be in such a way that they have to hire these people that honestly, they'd rather not work. And when they're rather not working, they're fucking shit up on purpose.
Yep.
But besides,
and they have to accept them. And the thing is, it's like I have no love for Starbucks either. They encourage all this bullshit. They're very, very left leaning. So it's like I'm just kind of sitting back with the popcorn and being like, okay, I don't care who wins. I don't go to Starbucks anyway. So
is a multi-billion-dollar company. They
me.
can absolutely afford to meet these demands and should not have to be pushed to do so, by the way. More than 12,000 baristas have organized with Starbucks Workers United, and they're winning store by store. Man, I love a union. I'm asking us to make two commitments
needed. I'm a union person. You know my history.
Yeah.
I believe in the union, but I believe in if it's needed, if it's if it will work with the company, if the company can survive and make money, and the people can make money.
As most people know, like Rogan is a union welder, so it's a traditional union, and I can get behind some of that.
We have three.
For sure.
The three of us are from very different work backgrounds. You're white collar, Rogan's blue collar, and I'm in the service industry.
Yeah, for sure.
We're a melting pot.
Yeah, we got the market cornered.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We should start a band.
Together if the baristas strike.
I'm white, you're black, I'm mad.
Ebony and Ivory.
Your phone, and if there's a picket line, do not cross it. No one will buy from any Starbucks anywhere, unionized or not, until there's a fair contract. If you're with me, head to the link in my bio to learn more and sign the pledge.
Nope. Not going to do that.
So I just got the knock. If you are a person that lives in their van, homeless,
just down by the river,
you know what the knock means. Luckily, this time it wasn't the police.
I thought she said I got the knock. I Either she's pregnant or there's a new venereal disease.
Exactly. What does the knock mean?
Well, I just got the knock.
Chat, tell us. We're so out of touch.
Like, tell us the CVS. I got the knock. I got a cure for the knock.
So very rarely, maybe once a week, I park and sleep at this large factory parking lot that they don't even use all of. I'm way in the back. I'm underneath the tree. I'm away from everybody. I go there at night. I sleep. I wake up. I leave. But of course, there's 2 white men that have a fucking problem with that. So I recorded them.
Oh, aren't you a pip?
Look at that self-satisfied smug. I recorded him.
Business property. If something were to happen to you on the business property, they could get themselves, the company could get themselves in trouble.
Yes, it's called liability.
It's so weird. If you just go, I believe it's to Cracker Barrel and ask, they say yes.
Good for Cracker Barrel. I mean, and who knows? Maybe if she had asked them before, maybe they would.
I believe people have gone to Walmarts and asked as well, and they usually say yes.
Yep.
So probably get taken down.
And sounds like you didn't even ask.
Hey, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Hi. Did you?
She's homeless, but she's got a dog.
Vote for Donald Trump? Did you vote for
Really, lady?
Did you vote for Donald Trump?
You're trespassing. The cops should have been there. They should have dragged you out, tased you, and take your dog away.
Max says Cracker Barrel and Walmart do say no now. Thank you.
Oh, do they? Okay.
They used to say yes. Thank you for setting that straight.
I thought truckers could like go to Walmart, but maybe, like I said, it's probably just a liability issue. They don't want the liability, and I'm sure their lawyers said. My favorite part of the show, Potato Head Blitz, says DB. Thank you, brother. Good term for it.
So what? I'm using your parking lot to fucking sleep. What is your fucking problem?
Yep, exactly, Sean.
Well, my problem might be your fucking mouth.
Yeah,
That's
a little potty mouth.
That's how you talk to people.
You got the purple fucking hair. Yeah. You got a dog to feed. Apparently you're homeless and you can barely feed yourself.
But your hair is bright green.
And you know what? I'm sure if you would have entered the conversation with a little bit of humility, their opinion might have changed.
Yeah.
Hey guys, here's my situation.
Yeah, could you
just
please
sleep in here for a night?
Yep.
And what did these guys get? Oh my God, 2 white guys are not. Oh my God, white guys.
I got the knock.
I got the knock.
What is your fucking problem? I'm used to your parking lot to fucking sleep. I'm way back there. I'm not bothering anybody. What is your problem?
It's a suspicious vehicle on the property. We need to address.
And you know exactly what I'm doing. I'm fucking sleeping. What most homeless people have to do now because housing is affordable, and I'm clearly disabled, which you can see on my fucking plate.
She's disabled. Yeah.
She's got time blindness.
My ass, you are disabled, lady.
I have a feeling fibromyalgia.
Generational trauma.
It's fibromyalgia or
generational trauma.
Generational trauma. Ehlers, Danlos, all these made up fucking
Asperger.
Yeah. Well, that she may just be tarded. I mean, that could be just the legit one.
Well, she got the knock.
She has the knock.
Laugh about it. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Did you vote for Donald Trump? Did you? There you go. I bet you support ICE too. God, you're gross.
The only thing these guys did wrong is they should have been, fuck yeah, I did. Oh, ICE? Yeah.
I hope no one fucks you.
If someone from ICE was on our parking lot, we'd let them stay and spend the night.
She just said, no wonder no one fucks you.
Yeah.
I give these guys a lot of credit, for just being cool, not being a complete a-hole to her.
They're doing what white guys always do because it just so often nowadays we just get so much shit thrown at us and we just kind of shrug our shoulders and go, what are you going to do? It's just par for the fucking course. The retard brigade is in, full revolt.
I hope
you're not married.
Hope we can find this guy's YouTube channel. I bet you he posted this. His
yeah. We need to find the Uno reverse of this.
I do not care.
They'd be like, okay, we're gonna go get this lunatic woman out of our parking lot.
The police are being called. They have your plate number.
That's fine. What do you think they're going to do? It's trespassing and I'm leaving. But I had to record you first so I could put it on the internet.
They'll tase you and take your dog away and I want to watch it.
Yes. Please resist. Please resist arrest. Looks like a cool dude. So she can't find a home, but she can edit these freaking videos together. She's probably got like a top of the line iPhone. Fuck off, lady. Hope you starve to death.
She's back. You guys know what I'm doing. I'm back here watching It's All Her Fault.
It's all, yeah. All right, so speaking of starving to death, last clip.
Okay.
Listen to this closely. It's a bit of a news clip, but at the very end, you'll hear something pretty interesting.
Hey, I have a handy dandy chart. I was getting to the affordability piece of SNAP. Almost 40% increase under Joe Biden of what was spent in the people that entered the food stamp / SNAP program. That's 40%. Of course, they were working to buy the election. But what we have seen and what Doge and our amazing team at USDA, 186,000 dead people are receiving SNAP benefits. 500,000 people are getting paid twice. We've made hundreds of arrests. We have a lot more to do. But this was, I think, an unintended consequence of the Democrats shutting the government down for 43 days, is it shined this very bright light on one of their pet programs and now has given us a platform to completely deconstruct the program, make sure those vulnerable Americans who really need that benefit are going to get it. And for all the rest of the fraudsters and the people who are corrupt and taking advantage of it, we're going to protect the taxpayer too.
Love it.
Good.
I love it. 500,000 people.
Where the hell was...
500,000 people.
Where was the oversight? But there was no oversight.
Yeah, there was none. And that's... well, hold on one second. We'll get back to it in a minute. $5 from Shani. I'd watch a channel of homeless bums getting kicked out of parking lots. Yeah, so would I. It'd be entertaining. Yeah, 500,000 people getting double benefits. And then 180,000 dead people still getting benefits. Well, their relatives leeching off of them. When I heard that number, 42 million.
Here's a list of the players will be invited.
Yep.
And if that's $2 a day per person, that's it. I mean, it's not it. I mean, they get more than that. But just more, like $2 a day per person for how many years? That's an astronomical amount of money.
There's so many videos of all these queens with a K loading up like at the grocery store, like, my SNAP is back. And, they're showing all the absolute shit that's on their shelf, like every junk food imaginable. And then you see them and they're like just obese women, and obviously their kids are going to be the same. It's like, that's not what it's for. It's meant to give you, you're not supposed to be on it like for life. And as somebody said, this should have been a wake-up call because when the government was not funded, they were not getting food. Wouldn't that tell the smartest of you, oh shit, the kind of government that can give me all this stuff can take it away at a moment's notice?
Yeah.
That's why you should never rely on government for anything long-term. If you need it for a couple of months while you get back on your feet, I understand. But hell... These people are just generational with this shit. And I'm glad the government shutdown happened. So now they found out all this fraud was going on. And you know what they're doing now? They're making everybody reapply.
Good.
So now you have to justify, do you really need this?
Yeah.
God, I love this administration so much. This is going to go down as, if you're black-pilled, it could go down as one of the last good administrations ever, but if you're optimistic, hopefully it's a start of just something good.
My fear is this right here: the unintended effect of this will be high crime. We've already seen videos of these people freaking out. Talking about, I'm going to break in your house since I'm not getting money, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, it's going to be high crime in big cities, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like, I hate to say we're kind of back to the 60s. But we sort of are with kind of like the white flight. There was this movement to if you're white, you can go into the inner cities now. We'll gentrify it. And it's everything's, good, and then starts, with the occasional stick up robbery. Before you know it, you're gonna, your wife is walking home on the sidewalk of New York City and getting punched in the face by some random brother.
Yeah.
It's time to head back out to the suburbs if you're in these big cities. I don't know why you would want to live in you have a death wish if you want to live in a place like Chicago or New York or LA these days. An absolute death wish. Like if my kids said like, hey, I'm going to Chicago, I'll be like, all right, what suburb, how often do you have to go into the city, and what safe suburb could you live in? It's a fucking nightmare. Nightmare. Okay. We got to get out. We're over. Guys, thank you very much. As always.
Best chat in all the land.
Best chat.
Couple research projects for you. Go and subscribe to Scott.
Scott Garibay, yep.
Give him a shout out. Tell him that we sent you.
Yep. Yeah. And tell him we love. Tell him, go on that video, by the way, and just say, hey, Double D, watch this. We all agreed 100% you were right on, because he was. Hey, Nixit. Good to see you, brother. Long live Rogan.
And check out that,
Till
check
next
out that
week.
new book. Oh my gosh. And check out that new PDF.
Husk.
Yep. Help Stanley Barnes out. He's trying to hold it down in South Africa. Guys, as bad as it is here, just imagine if you were the real minority in a place like South Africa. How bad it is there. And that's what our buddy Stanley is going through. And I know Tarmhell, the artist for the Deck of Many Triggers, same situation. Oof. Yep. So help him out as best you can. Yep. Badger, thumbs up on the way out. Thank you guys. $10, no one.
Ouch.
Thank you for helping out in that video too. I appreciate it, brother. Let's give him.
Bastard from a basket.
He is not a bastard from a basket. Thanks for the stream.
Well,
Great time as always.
That's my bad.
Whoopsie daisy.
Oh, look at him. He's on that. Same actor, different movies. Love it. Okay, guys. Send you out. Peace. We'll talk soon. If you haven't watched that latest video I did, it basically just the Mum Chums thing again, but I wanted to get a little mileage while it was still up in my my files and all that. So I did make that video. If you can, go give that a thumbs up, put a comment on it. And of course, if you haven't watched it, watch it, because hey, it's me. All right, guys. Peace. Love you all. Best chat around for Crazy Mouse and Rogan. This is Double D signing off. Have a great rest of your week. Great weekend. We will talk soon. Peace.
Back when I was a kid, life was going swell. Till something happened. Blew everything to hell. That night my daddy stumbled in, all pale and weak. Said a woman up the block just gave birth to a geek. Mom said, sell it to the circus. What the heck? Dad said, nope, this one's a pencil neck. And if there's one thing lower than a sideshow freak, it's a gritty, scum-sucking pencil neck geek. You see, if you take a pencil that won't hold lead, it looks like a pipe cleaner attached to a head. Add a buggy whip body with a brain that leaks, you got yourself a grit-eating pencil neck geek. Pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking pea-head with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-cut, losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Pencil neck geek. Soon the geeks were popping up all over town. You couldn't hardly sneeze without knocking one down. After a nice juicy steak, if you need a toothpick, just reach for a geek. They'll do the trick. One day we cut one up for fish bait. Learned our lesson just a little bit late. Soon as the geek hit the drink, the water turned red. Next day, sure enough, all the fish were dead. Pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking pea-head with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Most any night, you know where I can be found. Yeah, stomping some geek's head into the ground. So keep the faith, cause in Blassie you can trust. I won't give up till the last geek bites the dust. pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking d-head with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. They say these geeks come a dime a dozen. I'm looking for the guy who's supplying the dimes. It's gonna be real hard times for all of these grit-eating, scum-sucking, boot-licking, drop-kicking, gut-grinding, nail-biting, glue-sniffing, scab-picking, butt-scratching, egg-hatching, sleazy, smelly, pepper-bellied, dirty, lousy, rotten, stinking freaks. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Pencil neck geek.